Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
Recording. Shut up,
Yeah,
Greg.
Crack. Um, so Warren, you last remember being, I'm on the wrong layer here, but being behind the bar, the ale house, with a dwarf and having a conversation, um, and then and it was just about the dead body that was near you and how apparently, if people from not hell die here, they die for good, and this is seemed to be one of them, but they didn't know. But if people in hell, in this particular level of it, that are bound to it, die, they do come back. Um, and
So
that's
this
when your
level of hell
nipples,
you do come back?
if you were bound to this level of hell.
Oh, if you're bound to this level of hell.
Hmm. And then your nipples alight as he's talking and gesturing towards his huts, and you're looking over there because he is saying, You're welcome to come back to the small village we have there for a couple drinks if you want some more of the down low on this level of hell."
That sounds mighty fine, friend. Mighty fine.
Right. And he.
Was that a conversation we had about the Only Fighters thing only on between the two of us, that like one session that we were the only two that showed up?
Fighters?
Only Fighters? He said work would have an OnlyFans, but it would call it Only Fighters. Well, think about it. My character has skills in accounting and bondage and has an erotic gold chest plate. Oh, and since I've kept pulling people out of stuff, I said to Josh, I really should have a skill for pulling out.
Subscribe.
Yeah. And I'll leave that up to the imaginations for now. And the dwarf though nods and starts walking towards the docks, and when he turns around away from you to face towards the docks, he starts chattering on about, "Oh, the wife's finishing up some dinner probably for me after I disposed of that body." And you hear your friend still struggling in the mound in the background, and some screams. Just keep following this dwarf. He's like, "It should be some good alligator stew, actually. That's what she said she was going to make." And he opens the door to the hut, and your slightly erect nipples become massively hard at the hut to the left of the one that he's opening the door of and is gesturing you inside of. And he's looking at you, and you see inside of the hut just a couple other dwarves, it seems like, all sitting around a table with spoons to their mouths, and one of them just yells out, "Ah, Harold, did you dispose of that body?"
I follow him inside.
And sits down at the table and makes room while they're talking about the dumb shit that must have wandered into this portion of hell that must have died. And they throw him over there, and you get it doled out a bowl. And he goes, "Is there anything else you wanted to know about this particular region? I think we were telling, or I'm not sure if you've heard, anyways, of the witch, which is off to the west and east."
Yeah, I've heard about them. Question: why are there so many dwarves in this region of hell?
Oh, it's actually a sort of joke, I think, from one of our gods. They'd promised us a seat in heaven if we died in battle and a seat in hell if we died any other way. And, well, they didn't mention that the distinction between the seats being whether or not we died in anger and vain is where we ended up in hell here. And so we're pretty much angry all the time, but you get used to it. Just spoons some soup in his mouth. Mm. Good stew, Martha. Hey, you fucking idiot! Where were you?
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Who's getting rid of that dead body?
I got a question.
Yes.
My infinity flask is full of whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Is it actually infinite?
Actually infinite.
I say to these dwarves, anyone want to see a magic trick?
They all kind of stop with their spoons halfway. Some of them with their spoons in their mouths and look around and shrug to each other. It's not like we ain't seen magic before.
I think you'd be rather interested in this one. I need a very large glass.
I'd be hard pressed to find one of those around here with all the tussles. I could get you a tankard, though.
I pull out the flask and I said, just as long as it's bigger than this.
Oh,
You know what?
all right.
Bring multiple.
And he gets a glint in his eye, assuming what's in the flask, and you can tell. And he says, "Hey, Martha, bring out the tankards!" And you just hear her jostling around behind and come out with her bosom pressed up against the table,
Woohoo.
slamming down
Aw.
mugs. They're short little dwarves.
I
They don't
know.
reach past the table.
I forgot how fun this was.
And oh, by the way, my name's Harold. If you haven't caught on, and he slides one of the mugs over to you that his wife has brought out for you. We're waiting.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. I say, Harold, take a whiff of my flask and tell me what you smell.
He gets up off the bench a little bit as you're holding it down. I'm assuming you're standing, and he leans over. Well, I shouldn't have. Should warm me. That burnt a little bit. Is that liquor?
Whiskey, to be in fact.
Oh, I don't think we've had such good drink for quite a while down here.
And I take the flask and I hold it up and I start filling the tankard, which I'm imagining is quite a bit bigger than my
Yeah.
flask.
Yeah.
And I wait until it's overflowing.
Oh, don't waste any of it. And he starts to try and grab one of the other mugs hurriedly and put it under the flask.
As he does that, I transition to that mug.
Oh, that's a lot in there.
I hand the previous mug to another dwarf and I pick up another one.
And continue pouring until all of them are full and they all start cheering you on, presumably.
Yes.
They're starting to drink and they're like, "Oh, you're welcome back here anytime, Ward." And you're getting to the last mugs and you're realizing there's more mugs than dwarves currently.
That's
And so
fine.
he, after taking a decent pull off of his own mug, he says, "Martha, come over. Here, have a mug." And she's like, "What is it?" And it's just, "Oh, disgusting. Don't shit on our guest, Martha. Take a drink.
A dwarf that doesn't drink, I call blasphemy on that.
Ah! And then she kind of slaps her husband upside the head. You didn't warn me it was whiskey! And she's like coughing and you see it dribbling out of her nose.
I'm gonna say this continues for quite a while, and I'm only sipping on mine while I imagine they are doing much more.
Oh yeah. Later into the night, as you hear the slammings settle down outside where your friends were in a fight with the mound, and you hear the faintest screams in the night of something female, and your first thought is Ash? Ah, couldn't be. They would have confounded you
Oh,
if there was
shit.
something more. And that was when, for everybody else's, when Ash was
I forgot
giving
we were
birth.
that far back.
And the last of the dwarves are kind of hanging around. A couple other ones had come in the meantime, and you've poured them drinks, and they're continuing to drink. And they're trying to get you to drink with them.
How drunk are they?
Harold is real drunk right now.
On average, how drunk are they?
On average, the room seems mostly passed out. So there's maybe one or two that's kind of just sitting there in a stupor. And otherwise, not many people are even talking to each other.
Is there any mugs that are empty that I can switch mine out with without looking suspicious?
Roll me a performance.
Don't
Not a sleight of
be
hand?
Suspicious. Don't. Be
Well,
suspicious.
it would be in. I think you might have both of these because you're going to have to. Yeah, I'll elaborate once you roll.
Performance with advantage because most of the people are drunk.
I would say this. For the sleight of hand. Let's go ahead and do that for the mug itself in the beginning to see how well that goes, and then I'll go back to the performance.
So sleight of hand
Because-
first.
Yep.
Did it roll?
Yep.
No. Oh, it did.
Got a 14. So you're able to, as you're the one pouring, and most people are happy to see you continue to pour. You're able to pull one of the empty mugs as they came through off to the side each time to make it look like you'd been changing out your mugs for yourself as well. But roll me a performance to see how the night progressed. Ooh,
Not fucking
21.
bad.
Not bad at all. So that was going to be for whether or not they noticed you not getting that much more drunk. So I'm assuming you're playing in the fact that you're kind of
Yes, I'm
you
playing
get-
into the fact that I'm kind of tipsy.
yeah. And so you're basically standing there, and then eventually you're sitting there, and then eventually you're leaning against the back of your hand as the flask is tilted sideways, pouring each glass, and to the point where now the flask is just flipped over on the table, and you're kind of looking out of the side of your eye as it's continuing to pour out of it onto the table, and somebody you're comes in behind you that's not that drunk yet, and at one point in the night and goes, "Oh, this must be," yeah, and he puts it back in your hand, turns the cap on it, and stands it up.
Thank you, my good friend.
Oh,
Here,
Hey,
have a
Nick.
mug.
oh, and he picks up the mug and he. Oh, I can't be. Oh, that's some good fire water. Can't be having too much of that right now, though. I've got to get back out on the watch. Just was checking in on Harold and the crew here. Usually they give me a beer, but I think I'll take this one for the road. And he turns around.
Alright. I'm gonna follow you out because I need to take a leak.
Ah, yeah. You just want to be careful of the alligators this time of night. They get they're mostly asleep around the docks and such. So, or rather, out from the docks. We keep them pretty far back. So he opens the door, and you guys both walk out across the dock, and you're seeing a couple boats, and is also don't fall into the water. And he grabs your shoulder as you're kind of presumably pretending to be tipsy there, and he kind of faces you towards the dock and piss that way. And he leads off, stomping down the dock and with his torch in the night and just sipping on his whiskey in a mug.
So where is he now? Can you show me on the map?
Yeah,
while I, like,
sure,
doing
yeah.
that thing?
Yeah, no problem. I was in Imagination Land, so
Yeah.
there you are. You're and he starts walking this way.
Alright, I'm gonna like keep an eye on him to see if he goes any further.
He continues on his way. He just looks back over his shoulder when he doesn't hear you peeing, and he's like, just relax a bit, lad. Don't be so gun shy. And he keeps walking.
I take out the infinity flask and start pouring it into the water.
4 minutes.
Really? Alright.
Good. There you go. And he's just walks down to a couple others that seem to be standing around a. It's actually not night out. You're realizing, but it's seems to be the night time for them because it's just such a dim overcast all the time. But it is seemingly nighttime for them because they do got some torches and such running, even though it's not that dark out. It's not even dim, really. But they've got their torches and they're down here at this dock opposite of you. No one else seems to be moving around too much. Those ones that are keeping guard are mainly at the dock. You have to get up to get into their area from the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna stop pouring when it seems reasonable.
Okay.
Is that one dwarf looking at me?
No, they're completely ignoring you. It seems like they're having a conversation. You can kind of catch snippets of it.
I'm going to walk over to the house that gave me erect nipples. Do I need to roll a sneak?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Is there any windows or anything?
There are, but they seem to be boarded up from the inside.
I take a minute and I press up against the door real softly to see if I can hear anyone like sleeping or like sounds or anything.
Perception check.
Come on, keep rolling good. No, god damn it.
It's still 11. At least it's not a 1, you know.
Yeah. I must be tipsier than I thought.
You wonder if some of the vapors that were evaporating from the alcohol may have affected you, but you don't. You only catch that because of the wavering of your stance on the docks. But then you're questioning whether or not it's actually the docks moving, and maybe not you that's unstable. And you refocus and listening in, you hear no voices or even breathing or snoring or anything from the inside.
Does the door
Any
have a
signs of
lock on
life?
it?
The door does seem to have a keyed lock on it. There's a knob of some sort and a keyhole.
Can I look through the keyhole? Or is this one of like a modern lock?
No, you look in the keyhole and it is even darker than the outside, with especially all the windows being boarded up. The only source of light being the keyhole and under the door that you're standing at, illuminating only very shadowy things inside.
I very, very gently check to see if the door is unlocked.
The door is not unlocked.
Do I have any lockpicks? I should have lockpicks. Do I not have lockpicks? Fuck, what happened to all my lockpicks? Hmm. I thought I had 3 levels of inventory. Did they change that?
They did update the character sheets on D&D Beyond. I got a notification when I clicked on them, but I don't know how it affected everybody else's.
Oh, there they are.
Okay.
Dumb. I'm going to try and lockpick the door.
All right. There it is, that lockpicking skill. So you take out your tools and you start going to town on this lock. Turning the tumblers, and you feel around, and you tell that there is only 4 tumblers, as you're pretty sure it's unlocked now.
I'm pretty sure what happened. Sorry. you
Oh,
cut out.
that it's unlocked now.
Okay. Again, I gently open it.
The handle turns, and the door starts to move inward. And behind you, you hear off on one of the other docks, presumably, because you don't see anybody directly behind you. Dunk, 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 as if somebody's coming up the dock.
I quickly, very and stealthily, try to slide my way through the door.
Roll stealth.
Yes. God damn it.
Do the sneak. Oh, you have advantage with this, right?
No, I have disadvantage because I'm wearing my gold chest plate.
Oh, that's right.
I need to. Fuck. How much until I get those? I think I need another level until I get. What is it called? Until a feat or whatever.
Oh. Did you have the XL up? It tells you on there too.
Oh.
But it should give it to you whenever you do level up.
Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna change something.
Either way, you slide in through the door, and you see a torch coming around the door or the building's wall as you close it behind you. And
Never mind. I forgot to do the thing. So take that 15 because now I'm a heavy armor master.
okay, and you are standing inside a pitch black room with only the light of the keyhole illuminating where it can reach. Because you don't have night. You don't have dark vision, do you? Being a human and all. Yeah.
I don't know where that would even tell you where it is.
It's usually under it would be off to the left side. Under like the armor, weapons, tools, languages, I think it. So, additional senses.
Oh, does that? Well, yeah, I don't have that. Okay.
So you're standing in a very dark room with the door closed, and you hear them walking by outside, and you see the torchlight just under the door.
Do they stop at the door or walk past?
Sounds like they're looking around, and then continue on their path.
Okay. Man. What comes in a tinderbox?
A piece of, like a square piece or a rectangular piece of steel and a little chunk of flint. That, as well as I think there's usually some tinder, so like some small things to start a fire, like the
Small container holds
bit.
flint, fire, steel, and tinder, usually dry cloth soaked in light oil used to kindle a fire.
If I strike, if I strike the flint with the fire steel, does it produce a spark big enough for me to see?
Briefly, if
Isn't it
that's
like
what
for
you're
like
doing.
a half a second or something?
Well,
Yeah.
I just need an image of what's in the room.
So,
Memory, baby.
are you doing that?
Oh, that's gonna be loud though.
It's also gonna, well, if anyone can see you.
Well, the windows are boarded up. Man. You know what? I'm gonna just crouch next to like the door in the wall and just like feel my way around the room.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
I need to upgrade that skill.
And you are feeling around, and you kind of feel a some wood and some metal that's kind of casing, kind of the corners of it, maybe. And you keep going. I think that's a chest because it's about chest level height, but it's feeling, and then you get kind of a clasp on one piece. You're not sure if it's the same piece that you were feeling just moments ago, only because as you're running your hands along it, you had to take it off for a second to get to the clasp. And it's kind of hard to tell, obviously without any light. Are you continuing to go around, or so I can keep going?
Can I tell that there's nothing, no one in the room? Like there, or is it just?
You have not heard a sound while you're in the room.
Fuck it. I'm gonna strike the. Mm. What do I have? I'm gonna take my bedroll, and I'm going to place it at the just where the door, like under the door, not under the door, but like at that gap.
Okay.
And I'm going to stand with my back against the door and strike it in front of me to like block the keyhole. I'm trying to stop light from escaping.
Sure. And I don't think you need to roll anything for that because you're good for right now. And you strike it, and inside of the room you see a brief flash of a bunch of chests. It looks like containered chests, all enclosed. From the floor to the ceiling, lining each wall, including the back and the sides.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
I do not think you would have looked up in that brief second. But you can strike again.
Can I see any light coming through the ceiling? Like anywhere?
There are small cracks, if you will, of light, but not in the ceiling, actually, where the roof meets the walls as you look up. And it's only the barest pinpricks. They're not even letting in that much light. That's just like I said, a pinprick of light.
Was there any windows at the back of the room? Like opposite of the door?
There seems to have been one directly across from you and the door on the other side that was boarded up. You would have seen the boards just around one of the chests.
Oh, so there's a chest in front of it.
Mm-hmm. Floor to ceiling chests, my friend.
Holy shit.
Yep. And your nipples are standing at the utmost attention.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. How good are the windows boarded up? Are they like boarded up like really fucking good? Like not even like light's going to make it out?
There is very minimal light, like again pinpricks that are coming through it, but there is no other. When you were looking around, I guess you could strike again, like I'd said too. But
Those common clothes we get like from our adventuring gear, are we wearing those? Like considered to be wearing those?
for the most part, usually, unless otherwise, because usually you'd wear something under your armor.
Whew, wearing armor bear. Ouch.
Yeah, right.
Owie.
God damn it.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why his nipples are always erect, because he
Oh,
is wearing
When I,
and
They
it's
just
cold
hurt.
armor.
He's literally
They're
What
just
type of
in
leather-
pain.
when leather how
pushing
leather-
reverse divots out of his armor.
So a leather breastplate, would that be big enough to cover a window?
You say breastplate?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Wait. Let me affirm my idea of what a breastplate is.
How big is your breast?
Double D's.
Bye bye.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what I thought. It's like not just I don't know why they call it that, because it's not just the chest, it's also the stomach.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
like also like it wraps around.
didn't
I'm
know that?
guessing.
No, that's what. Yeah, it does wrap around to your back. Usually, it actually usually is two
It usually
pieces.
covers your whole. Yeah, it covers your whole torso.
Yeah, it's usually two pieces. I was assuring myself it was that, and not the other thing that I know of that is
Like
a
a
piece of
bra?
armor. Not quite like a bra, though they do have that too, but they do have the ones that are just like covering the heart, basically, because that's the only technical vital organ that you can
Oh,
completely just die from right on the spot without killing your enemy.
I see.
I'm also going to. So is there only one window in the front?
There are two, one to either side of the door. You could tell, especially from the outside before you went in. And the center of this space is mostly clear, you could tell during that brief strike as well. Just so that people could get around with these chests, because they're pretty stocked. There's a lot of them.
Oh, rope. Can I do anything with rope? How much of a window would 50 feet of rope cover?
How big's the window?
It's probably like a 3 foot.
That sounds
Like
like a
3-foot
5-hour
window.
task right there.
Well, it's rope. I just hang it up. Oh, whatever. Okay, I'll hang up. If I split the leather armor in half, could I cover both windows mostly?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to cut off a small piece of rope and stick it in the lock.
Though you might be overthinking this too, because of the fact that there are chests in front of those windows as well.
Oh, there are? Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Well, I'm going to take a little piece of rope, like just, I don't know. I'll sacrifice a foot if I need to, just to stick in, like, the keyhole.
Okay. So you snip a piece of the rope off and shove it in the keyhole, and you have your bedroll in front of the door.
Yep. And I pull out my glowing gold and platinum ball.
Wondering when you're gonna remember you have that.
I
And
remembered I had it. I just didn't want any of the light escaping.
It's fair. And you pull it out, still in its brilliant form, and it illuminates the entire 20 by 20 foot room easily. And you're seeing there's the chests stacked on top of one another to the ceiling. There's probably 5 in a stack, and they're lining either wall, like I'd said, and they're each 5 feet at least wide.
Can I open these chests, or do I need to like take them down?
It seems like you would have to take one of them down. You hadn't really understood that without the light, but because they're so stacked in here, it seems like you would have to take one of them out to even open them. There is a ladder on the far wall to get to the top chests. There's actually 2 ladders, and it looks like it would have taken 2 dwarves to lift these boxes on top of each other.
Okay, can I check the top chest of each of them?
Sure. If you
Guess I'll just start working my way around the room, I guess.
Yeah, you are in the you go across the room and you get to the ladder where you're about to be working, and you hear outside again the and you hold your breath and everything, I'm assuming, and they're just whistling, and they just go on by, it seems like, and wonder if this comes through like that. Oh yeah. Oh well, I'll do this one. And they just keep on walking, and you hear their steps fade away as you go to the ladder, and presumably start opening these chests now. And you look at the top one, and you see, as you hear the of it, you stick your head in, and there's just gold and gems and silver and platinum and all kinds of things that you would just wish to be bathing in right now.
Warren makes, and I cannot understate this, the most shit-eating grin possible. And how much gold can I carry?
And not a whole chest full, I would imagine. Unless you have gotten, that I don't know of, a what are these called? The dimensional bags.
Bag of holding or whatever it is.
There we go. Yeah, bag of holding. Or like similar.
Hermione Granger pouch.
How much I have a backpack and it can carry 30 more pounds. Wait, what? Let's see. That doesn't seem right. All right.
I know we've been basically saying that there isn't a limit to the money that you can actually carry in the physical sense of that nature. But when it comes to gathering as much out, I've always had you guys, like, especially if it's a quick venture in this one's case too, and you're trying to be sneaky about it, I would assume you would need to do it in some way that it's not completely obvious.
Mhm.
Or you're lugging a chest through their little village. They're like, hey, where'd you get that? Which, for the case of this, I mean, I would roll some dice for it too for you to tell you how much you'd actually get. But if you're just loading up as much as you possibly can right now, we can determine later.
What is this?
What's this?
Is that like
You
a
remember?
gazebo?
Yeah,
thing?
you remember when you were walking out of the building, correct? There was a gazebo off to your right as you're entering it. seems to be a good fishing spot because a lot of poles are set up on the railings and such.
There's a fucking boat. I could just put it in the boat. How high off the dock, or how high off the water is the dock? Like
At least
a foot?
5 feet.
At least 5 feet. Could I fit
At
a
least.
boat under the dock?
Yes.
Oh my god, do I do this? I'm gonna wait for the guard to pass again.
You're waiting for you're counting the minutes, I'm assuming this time.
No, wait,
Uh,
wait. I'm gonna try to pry a hole in the floor with my crowbar as quietly as possible. I know that sounds fucking stupid, but I'm going to do it. Roll
Strength
up.
check. Well,
I did. I got 12.
and you stick the end of it in of the crowbar as best you can without hammering it into the floor and start trying to pull, and you feel it start to give a little bit, but you're thinking really good if you had a hammer to jam it in between the boards because they're pretty well made and put together, it seems like. But you got it to come up just a little bit before you could wiggle the crowbar back in a little bit deeper maybe, but it did not come out.
Do I try again or do I try something else? Would you say a hand axe is blunt on the back?
Yeah.
I do a slight tap, a small tap on the back of the crowbar, just to see how loud it's going to be. Like a judge.
And there is a resounding ding as you hit metal to metal. Even though it's just the smallest of taps. As you're sitting there contemplating to yourself, you hear in the background, my whistles aren't coming through. Yeah, but you hear whistling.
I hold my breath and I wait for it to pass.
And you hear the right outside of your door. And then you hear a rustling of cloth. Then you hear a trickling of water as it's splashing against the water below. Apparently, the guard were leaving themselves in and about the same spot that you did.
So, like here.
Yep.
All right.
And then the rustling of cloth as they continue on their way. And, keep whistling, and the steps fade and off away.
I'm going to try to pry up the board without hammering it again.
Okay. Strength check.
Didn't roll. Okay.
Oh, I got a 12 at least.
I get a 12 too.
At least that's what I'm seeing. So you get a little bit more on prying that one board out, but it does it you and you're kind of able to wiggle it down the crowbar just that little bit more. You feel like you're on the other side of the board by this point now with the crowbar, and you think if you gave it one more good tug, you could probably get the board and the nails that are attaching it to the wood under it out.
Okay. One more try. I'm still being real careful.
All right, and you pull it. You leverage it out, and as it pops out of the nails pop out of the wood below, and you can feel that the board is a good bit looser than it is. You could probably pull it the rest of the way because you can get your hand under it now too. Pull it the rest of the way out of just with a slight tug of your hand if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. And you get it up no problem, and you're seeing below you the sloshing waters.
How big of a hole have I made now?
It is a 2-inch board, and the full length of it stretches a solid 8 feet.
Is it easier now to pull up the rest of them that one's gone?
You would imagine so, yes.
I'm going to try to pull up enough boards so I could squeeze through.
Okay. Probably like
3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah. I was going to roll this one more time. You're able to do it more or less unnoticed. If you would actually roll me a stealth against that too. I'm guessing, though, considering my roll.
Didn't roll. Okay. I know this must
13?
just
Oh,
be
yeah.
riveting entertainment for you guys.
I'm actually quite enjoying this.
I know, right?
You were able to pull the boards up, no problem. You've heard the guard pass 2 or 3 more times in the meantime, and you're guessing it seems like he's on a regimen of probably 12-minute intervals. Weirdly,
2 or 3 times is a very important distinction because if it was, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Because if he went back 3 times, he's back to the right of where my character is positioned now, opposite of the boat.
currently, yes, he is back to the right position.
All
Now
right.
you're thinking to yourself,
How long ago did he pass?
probably about 3 minutes or so. So you probably got a good 9 minutes before he passes again.
Okay, Okay, open the door. Check.
No one seems to be about.
I look at this boat. This boat.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like roped up, I'm guessing?
It does seem to be tied up for the evening after its fishing day.
Okay. I'm going to take the boat, but instead of like untying it, I'm going to take out one of my daggers and I'm going to cut the rope to make it look like it had frayed and broken.
Okay. How are you getting to the boat? So did you walk out the front door? Is what you're saying?
Yes. Or
Okay.
sneak crouch doing
No worries.
Sly Cooper like theme music.
You're good. You don't even have to roll stealth. I was just clarifying. So you walked out the front door again, and you've climbed down the ladder and started to cut at this rope. Just wanted to clarify to make it look more of like it's been worn rather than you would actually cut it. So
Yeah.
for that would probably you might you could probably even roll your bondage skill there.
Oh fuck yeah. Best investment I ever made. It's come in handy a few times. I'm thinking it's gonna come in handy again when I try to get all this shit out of the way.
And you're able to do an adequate job. You're guessing that if anybody was just looking at it, they would assume that it would have been frayed along the side and not cut by a length of metal.
And now I row the boat or pull the boat under the dock. However,
Roll,
it would be more convenient for me, I guess.
roll me a stealth at this point. With disadvantage, probably. No, thanks. And you slide the boat under the dock, ducking your head and pulling yourself very so quietly so as to make as little noise as possible as you hear the walking feet and the whistling of the guard coming by, and as you slide under the dock out of sight.
I wipe my brow. But this ain't my first rodeo.
And you can hear just by the whistling too, you're guessing he's a little out of tune, so hopefully this is the guard that you fed alcohol not too long ago. And his steps, as you sitting under the dock now, you hear are a little less straight than they probably should be. So he walks on by, and whistling to himself jovially, not mentioning anything about it. Oh,
I'm going to cut a 10-piece, 10-foot piece of rope out off of my 50 feet. I'm going to tie one end to the boat. And one end. Would the crowbar be long enough to like span the gap I made?
yeah, probably.
And tie one end to the crowbar and then pull myself up.
That'd be in athletics, I believe.
These are all skills I'm good in.
It's like you're doing something you were meant to do. And you pull yourself up into the room, and you are easily enough. You're sitting there on the edge of the floor, and you hear some footsteps, not in the time when the guard should be coming outside the door. And you freeze for a second. And then you hear, as you're sitting there thinking to yourself, hoping that they just go away, a jostling of keys.
I sneak to the side of the door that opens. The door opens in, I'm guessing.
Yep.
I'm going to hide myself on the side that it opens into, if that makes sense.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Fuck, where's that again? There it is.
Doing the sneak. Holy shit, 27. you accomplish that, no problem. The keys finish jangling outside. Sounds like they've selected one as they put it in the lock and start to turn it. I'm like, oh,
Quick sleight of hand. I'm gonna pull my bed sheet away or bed thing away. 28. Jesus Christ.
Man, it's-
and you're able to and you kind of just throw it behind you for a second. I'm assuming.
Yep.
And the door, at the door you hear. That was not normally as hard as usual. Somebody must have oiled that lock like I asked. Finally, the turning of the doorknob, and as the door opens up and they start to come in, and the door opens on your face, and comes swinging in towards the wall towards you. And
As they do this, sneak attack with my Sword of Nope, which I'm guessing I've had drawn since I knew they were coming.
okay,
I've never done sneak attack, even though I've had this action for so long.
is this a lethal attack? Is my next question.
Yes, I'm going to try to slit their throat with my sword.
Okay.
Oh shit! It's someone who had the keys, so I don't give a fuck. How does I don't even know how sneak attack works. Oh. Oh, do I just add another? What? Beginning at first level, do an extra 1d. Okay. That rolled. No, that rolled. Oh, wait, once per turn. Yeah. Oh, and a brute. Hold on, let me Google something real quick.
That 26 was to hit, I'm assuming,
Uh,
because that's a nat 20
Yes.
if it is too.
fuck yes, this is going all in my favor.
Welcome back.
Okay, so how much damage does that do?
The
It does-
2d6 were the 2d6.
No. I have to roll damage with. Okay,
So I thought, yeah,
it doesn't roll damage. So slashing is 7, so double that because it's a crit. So
Yep.
14 plus 8 plus another d4 because I'm going to use brute. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. So you're able to, with especially brutal force, whenever you hit it with a weapon that you're proficient in and deal damage, the weapon damage increases by amount. Okay, so how do you just roll and? Is there a way to just roll and? Is there a way to just roll in roll 20? Hello?
I'm here.
I'm here. I don't know. Is Josh? Hello?
I think. Yep.
Josh might have. run
Nah,
away
I
from
bet
us.
his Discord had a little bit of difficulty. Mine just did a couple of minutes ago.
Same.
Okay, so 14 plus 8 is
22.
22. Plus 4 is 26. My awesomeness disconnected him from the server.
20 plus overload does not compute.
I can't believe. I think that's my first natural 20 I've rolled on an attack. Like an actual attack.
Oh, nice. Way to go.
I've rolled plenty of natural 20s doing
Right.
stuff, but like not
Right.
attacking.
Not as like a crit.
First time for everything.
The
I
thieving
know.
misadventures of
I know.
Greg.
What an awesome spin-off series.
Right.
Just me telling stories about how I
Yeah.
loved everyone I've met.
This is
Sounds
really
like a
just us
plan,
sitting around a
okay.
campfire listening to Warren talk about one of his regalias.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
That's
like
exactly
we've
what's
met back
happening.
up and we're like, what have you been doing for like the past blah blah blah?
Right.
Yeah.
I've been robbing these people blind. There's a
Yeah.
hole in the floor. You want to go get more?
Mame is
Right.
just sharpening her axes, not paying attention.
Ugh. Right.
I can't wait to hear how I did all this work and you guys ended up killing all the dwarves.
Right.
That will be fun. That will be fun. I'm surprised it's only the three of us tonight. Oh, four.
It's Valentine's Day.
That's
I'm
fair.
Not too surprised.
That's fair.
I'm so low.
But yeah, I was not
Oh, so
gonna be that guy, but
lonely.
yeah, let's sing. Yeah, we got you.
Can you hear me now?
Did you
Okay.
see the hot shower thing I sent you?
Hot shower?
Did I send that to you?
No.
Oh, I saw a thing on Instagram that was like, the hotter you take your shower, the more lonely you are.
I must be real fucking lonely because I take mine like boiling.
I know.
feel
That's what I was saying.
I want. The burning means I'm getting clean.
Exactly. I'm glad we're all.
I
I'm
feel
glad we're all on the
so
same page here.
And the only ones here for.
Oh
But,
wait, Josh, did you share the news with everyone?
Oh, no, not
Okay,
really.
well we can. Well, let's get back to D&D. We can share it
Oh,
afterwards.
Okay,
now I'm
if you
all
remind me.
now I'm all intrigued.
I was trying to say
There
at
has
one point
been a
'cause I-
betrothal.
yeah, that's basically it. That's the news. Is when I was in Vietnam, I planned it all out and had a ring designed a few months ago too for like my girlfriend. We've been together for like 5 years, so I figured it was about time to make it more than a little official that we are.
Official.
Yeah, the official.
Congratulations, sir.
Official,
Yeah.
official.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Same as here. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Right,
get back to me slitting this guy's throat so good I'm
Yes,
going to cut off
let's-
his head.
let's thread.
Yeah,
Let's
it's hot.
flip some threads. Let's go.
Please, please elaborate as much as you would like because you definitely succeeded in what you were attempting to do. I don't any
So
unless you want me to add in.
I'm imagining I grab him by the hair as I put my sword to his throat, and with one quick motion, I cut almost all the way through, only being stopped by his spinal column.
And you hear the other than that satisfying note of no noise, the last little caw and the blood that pours from the wound across your hand and your blade.
And I quickly try to pull him in to the room.
He was mostly into the room as you got a hold of him, so you just
Fantastic.
lean back and close the door with your back as you're holding this limp dwarf in your hands.
Oh fuck, he's gonna come back. Fuck. Okay, I just start hurrying now because I know he's gonna come back.
All right, so you throw the dwarf to the floor, and I'm guessing, and start loading the boat up with chests.
Yep.
And you know that the guard is probably only 5 minutes away from his next rounds.
Yep.
So you get your first chest in there, and you're heavy breathing after you carried it down the ladder by yourself. Go ahead and roll me in athletics as you toss it into the boat. And you hurry up the ladder and you grab a second chest and toss it into the boat, and the boat splashes as you toss it in there from that 5 foot distance. Right next to the other one, the second lid to burst open a little bit as some coins tink across the surface. Roll me an athletics again with disadvantage. Just better than the first one. And you hurry up and then you go grab the third chest that you're pretty sure at the extent of your 5 minutes. You're probably coming up on the last minute you have here, and you toss it down into the water.
I don't toss it
And-
down. I just jump into the boat with it.
Okay. And splash around in it, and you hear the guard from outside going, "Hey, what? Who's under there?" As the boot steps coming
no.
closer.
Paddling.
In the northern direction.
Yes, just away from wherever that sound came from.
Um, and yeah, trying to think here. So you
Athletics?
roll. Yeah, it would be another athletics, but it would be probably with disadvantage. Actually, no. You know what? It would be regular because your adrenaline is kicked in by this point. So a regular athletics for me.
Oh, come on. I am starting to slow down.
You are but you're still, the adrenaline's kicked in, and you get to a good 15, 20 feet away before the guard that was rounding the corner starts to cry out, "Someone's killed!" And the name trails off as you're getting off in distance, and the water splashing around you is louder than the cries that are coming from behind you.
Just
And
keep rowing. What do? We row.
And you row for a solid 10 hours before you just pass out from exhaustion. With nothing in sight besides you and the waters,
I take
the murky,
stock.
murky waters.
I take stock of what I have.
Oh, you mean when you wake up because you just
Yes.
passed out?
Yes.
Okay. So in taking stock of what you have, you look in the first chest, and you see there's satisfactory gold as you were expecting, and such that you would see from the first glance. The second one, that it's spilled out a bit, similar to the first one, and then the third one, when you open the lid, you're befuddled because it is heavy as the first two, but there's only a single key on the inside.
I try and pick up the key. The key of destiny. No.
You go to pick it up, and it's way heavier as you expect, than you would have expect from this regular sized key. It's only about what would fit in a usual lock and all. But so you go to pick it up with just your finger and your thumb in it, and you can't quite get it with that. So you go to kind of grasp it with your whole hand before you lean back and use your whole weight to heft it up, and you can feel the boat rocking as you do under you. And
Warren thinks very hardly to himself. Does one of my companions have a bag of holding? Memory, that needs to be a skill.
recall.
Is that a thing? I don't think it's a thing.
Like the memory recall, you mean?
Yeah.
It's usually related to like a history check,
Okay.
but you could try
Wisdom or
to.
history?
It would be wisdom. No, it's actually an intellect as a history, and
Oh.
and that's because all intellect is memorization.
All right. Another
What?
nat 20. What the fuck? Why am I
Uh,
so good tonight?
You don't remember any of your companions saying that they had a bag of holding, but you know for a fact there's a few of them that are holding larger than you would expect items. So you're pretty damn sure at least one of them's got one.
All
You
right.
just can't remember who because none of them will tell you shit either when it comes to that, standoffish group and all.
Uh. Uh. I sort through the gold and stuff my pockets with as much platinum first that I can find or carry, whatever I hit first.
When it comes to the platinum, you fill your pockets before you even can get to thinking about the gold, and you fill your pockets with in about 142 or 402 gold platinum before they wouldn't even take a single more.
All right, I'm happy.
And
Is there any
it's
land I can see in like the
no,
distance?
not even a little. Although you're wondering about these oddly shaped floating logs all around you.
Those ain't logs. I take out my bow and I shoot one of the logs.
And you shoot at it, and as it's a bow, right? So it's not a crossbow.
No, it's a bow.
Okay, so as the arrow strikes it, it snarls, snaps up, and tries to bite the arrow as it sinks into its flesh. And you see a little bit of blood of the apparent crocodile that is only lounging in the water as it floats away again.
Well, I'm going to try to get away from those.
Seems like they're pretty thick all around you currently. The only clear distance is to the back the way you came, but you're guessing it's been a good 12 plus hours since you left where you were.
Okay, I'm gonna go back the way I came, but with like a slight canter off to the one side where there's like that outcropping of trees.
Sure.
If that makes sense, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I don't think I have any of these boats on a token layer, so we're just gonna have to imagine. But you row back in probably now it's been a solid 30 hours since you left. And you're rowing back in. Go ahead and roll me a stealth with disadvantage.
Excuse me.
Stealth with disadvantage.
Actually, you know what? No, yeah, it would still be with disadvantage probably. Because what the fuck is that
Oh my god!
shit? They're not natural, but they're two 20s. Oh my god.
Coming in the clutch tonight. Woo!
Because what you see though
Things are coming up all Millhouse.
is one of the largest, shiniest individuals, maybe it's a small hill, but as you're coming closer and around, you do kind of see a head and some arms and legs kicking off of the side of the docks area that you were at. And this shack that you or hut that you'd walked past before is now destroyed with charred remains behind, and the large individual just seems to be whistling to themselves happily. And yeah, the other dwarves are kind of picking themselves up down here. It seems like some of them are putting limbs back together still, or heads back on spots. As you row into the little copse of trees and you see the ale house off in the distance,
Let's go
off to
a
the
little
east.
bit further into the trees. I didn't make it this far as a thief. Yeah, that's better. Let's give this big tree a. Okay.
So you're in the boat right now, and you have the 3 chests.
Hmm.
And your stomach is growling. And you're still pretty tired, even though you passed out for a good. You're not sure, actually. It had to have been a while, though, because you felt rested before you started. But now you're really tired again.
Okay. I'm going to unload the chest. I'm going to cover them with brush as best I can, and I'm going to kick the boat back out into the water.
Deception? Yeah, deception. It's weirdly connected with charisma, but it seems appropriate.
For my character, definitely.
Um, you hurriedly cover them up, and they seem pretty well hidden. And you kick the boat off as it gets chomped on by an alligator or a crocodile, rather. As you kick it, when you kick it out this last time, because there were as it settled down and stopped rocking back and forth, is when it got chomped on. You were watching it as you're covering up the chests.
I'm going to leave those there. And I'm going to go get me some grog.
You want to? Yeah, I guess I can draw while you're doing that.
Oh, yeah. Actually. Can I tell from quite a distance through the windows if there is if there's a commotion going on in the bar?
It seems very calm in the bar for once. There's not much of commotion at all.
Hmm.
And where are
I
you
am
now?
going to go
When
out.
you're standing in front of it as well, you're like, wait, isn't there usually somebody in the doorway? Wait, where's Chauvin go? Has he not passed out in the doorway like usual?
I thought we carried him back up.
No,
Oh.
no, everybody's been stepping over him
Oh,
in the
okay.
doorway.
I'm going to head back here by the wagon.
The carriage. Yep.
And I'm going to cover my distinct red cloak in mud, in dirt, in hopes to make it less red.
Oh. Okay. Deception again.
Deception or disguise?
Do you have a disguise trait?
Oh, I don't. I thought disguise was a skill.
I don't think so.
My
That's
bad.
why I was going with the deception. There are those a possibility
minute.
for something like that, but
Wait. No. Is that guy still up there for driver?
oh, the corpse? Yeah, it looks like he's been eaten on by a good bit of crows
Does
and
he
such
have
too
like
in the
a
meantime.
jacket and like a top hat?
He does.
Can I
It's pretty
change into
gross
the?
right now.
Fuck it, I don't care. Money. Can I change into that? I'm gonna stuff my red cloak in like the thing, and please tell me he has a monocle.
Tucked in one of the pockets as you're putting the coat on, you would definitely find a monocle. Do you want to roll me in athletics though?
Sure.
Because he's at the top of that tree.
Hmm.
You get up to the top, and actually, you're not even at the top at this time. Your exhaustion is kicking in, and you grab the first couple branches, and one of them breaks, and you slide back down the tree. The first attempt.
Restoration is the key to success.
And you, with can-do attitude, just grit your teeth and get back under the carriage and start climbing up to the top and getting into it.
Does the driver have a mustache?
No, they're pretty clean shaven.
Uh, Are they like withered like a corpse?
They're withered, and it is very evident that they are a corpse, but I wouldn't say they're probably in the first few stages of decay,
How long
where
is
their
their
skin is
hair?
shriveled, and their fur is starting to fall. It was up in the top hat a bit, but when you took that off, it went down to their shoulders.
I am going to cut off a handful of hair. I'm going to get changed into his thing, put on the monocle, stash my stuff that I don't like. How do I put this? My recognizable stuff in the cart. And I'm going to slide back down the tree. Is there any sap on the tree?
No, there's a good bit of moss and other bark and decay, of course, of the tree because it doesn't seem very lively at the moment.
Do I see any trees that would be? Hmm.
The ones off to where the corpses were and the monsters eating the corpses seem a little more lively.
Okay, I'm going to walk over to those ones.
And you see a couple of those larger monsters that you'd seen before watch you cautiously as you walk over to them, but continue to eat their corpses that are littered around in this area. And the putrid smell that you remember burning your nostrils jams its way back up in there again. What you doing at the tree?
Tree sap?
Oh, none so evidently. So it does not appear to be, a pine tree, some sort of deciduous.
Hmm.
And you're looking around, you don't really see too many pines in this area, it looks like.
First off,
Any, to be clear.
first, ooh, mess kit. What does mess kit come with? Millions to my. I need something sticky.
While you're thinking about that for a second, Ruvik and not Vomak.
Well,
Yeah,
Mara.
Vomira. Okay, my brain was broken for a second. I was like,
Okay.
Ruvik and Vomira, you both are waking up with the other companions in the first level of this bar currently, and rubbing your eyes and stretching, looking around.
Forget what happened last time.
What did happen?
Holy shit! There's a lot more bodies. I just realized.
Let's see. Ash had a baby.
I remember giant mech monster.
I remember Ash giving birth. Oh, that was in between the mech monster.
Yeah, that was the last thing.
Trismel.
The giant.
So we fleed the mech monster. And came, but didn't we discover a new drink?
I don't remember that. It has been a while.
Oh, it was one of the drinks that the ghostly forms had given you.
I think so.
Yeah, they seem to give you a different drink each day. You've noticed
Okay.
because
Yeah,
every time you've gone
it's
to
like
them,
a
now,
different
it's been a different
sensation.
drink.
Different. Yeah. So everyone else is just still kind of passed out in the.
Yep. And the dwarves, those that aren't passed out, are ambling about with small plates of food, eating.
Oh, so there are dwarves in here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're not just like.
Is
normal dwarves.
the royal dwarf still hanging out in the bar? I forget his name. The guy who was kind of telling us where the witches to the east and the west, and that there were dwarves to the north. Is he kind of in the bar still?
If it's not him, it looks like a brother
Okay.
of him by you. But still,
Is everyone
kind of
else still
passed out.
just passed out?
Yep. For the like I said, from your companions, yes. The dwarves,
Yeah.
there are some of them that are awake.
Mhm. I just start like nudging people. Like,
Of
hey,
your companions, or
yeah, my companions.
none of them seem to respond.
Man, these people
Is
suck.
the guy?
Can't even hold their fucking liquor.
Well, we did just escape a mech troll giant thing. No, it does not look
Does
like
it
you
look
care.
like I care?
I'm just saying.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The question is, what do we do
There's no
now?
excuse. Well,
Can't
question is, what are
go
we trying to
north.
do?
Well, we never recovered the exactly.
We have to
We
figure
never
out the
figured that out.
dodecahedron.
Everybody's passed out. I know almost literally nothing about this thing, so that doesn't help.
I don't know
Awesome.
anything about
So
this
you
dodecahedron
wanna
either.
get a drink and try to figure out this mech monster while we're while we're waiting for the rest of these jackasses to wake up?
Or I could take the dodecahedron and examine it myself.
Where is it?
I believe Mariel has it. Can I spot Mariel?
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
She is directly behind you. When you woke up, you guys were kind of leaning. You and her and Griselda were kind of just leaning up against each other, passed out.
Alrighty. So I kind of look her up and down to see if I see where she might have put the dodecahedron.
Just visibly, you're seeing that
Yeah.
she has a. I'm going to her character sheet. She has definitely a backpack on of some sort and inventory. And you would guess must have, if anything else is stored on her, it's just stored in pockets of her clothing or
Okay.
in pockets of her armor on the backside,
I'm just gonna
crevasses.
give her a little nudge and see if she jostles at all.
She does not.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go through her bag and see if I can find the dodecahedron. Stealthily, of course. To try
As
not
she-
to wake her up.
As she's doing
But I
that,
am
since I'm at the
before.
bar, I turn to the ghoul bartender and order 2 drinks.
And it just wordlessly floats over to you, takes a couple of the empty mugs from under the bar and puts them on top, and takes a tendril, and you see it frothing over with this brownish liquid, and then a heavy head that's been poured in each one of those. And as you're doing that too, your hand probably elbow deep in the sack, so you're not feeling anything what you're looking for, Vomira, at first. And two heads apparently attached to the same body, but each the size in total of a full person, stick their head inside the door and yell, "Hi! We'd like some beers out here!" And stick their head back out, and one of the floating ghoul type creatures grabs 2 mugs and floats out there, and you hear them potentially serving. You're guessing.
And so I'm not finding it in the bag?
You are not. You can
Alright.
roll a perception for me if you want.
Yes, I would like to roll
Calling all Shadow Seekers.
perception.
This is Warren. Keep me by the cart. Bring food and honey.
I bring the other drink over to Volmyra, take a sip of my own, and kind of ask her if she saw what happened in the front door there, the 2-headed thing. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, it's not really of importance to me. I'm looking for this dodecahedron.
And you find something that seems like what you're looking for by now. And you
Aha!
pull it out, and in your hand, you see the silkstone again.
The silkstone.
You'd done this whole process once before, searching through Mariel's bag, and you'd pulled
Damn
out
it.
this stone
This
that
seems
glows in the
familiar.
Shadow Realm.
Wait,
I called
but I
that
know
out.
she has the dodecahedron.
I called that out over the torque just to make it clear.
Yeah, so you guys had heard Warren over the torp requesting the Shadow Seekers.
Oh, this motherfucker's gonna try to call us? I don't fucking think
Warren.
so. Cause didn't I? Cause I thought I had the silkstone already. Or is there multiple silkstones?
Oh, I thought you'd put it back, is what you had said you did, because you didn't really want that. You were still looking for the tridecahedron.
Ruvik, meet me
Yeah.
by the carriage with food and honey, and I'll show you something you might be interested in.
Did he say that over the torque?
Well,
I'm the one who pulled you out of that motherfucking thing, so you owe me.
Maybe I did put it back. I thought I had gotten one from the Shadow Realm as well.
you did, yes, correct.
Oh, so this is a different one?
Right. Everybody that was there pretty much had gotten one, because it was the only way to navigate the
Alright.
Shadow Realm for the most part.
Volmyra, you keep
Okay.
looking. I'm gonna go see what this asshole wants out here by the carriage. I make my way outside the bar. What in the world?
Are there any other pockets for me to check?
You haven't checked any of the pockets, is what I was guessing. I was assuming that was all the backpack.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to check the pockets now.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Perception. Let's check these pockets. Any luck with the pockets?
15. You're wriggling around inside of her pockets, and you notice under her armor there's a pocket that you're trying to get to, but you're struggling a little bit, especially being her dwarven size for your arm to fit in between it and get into the pocket. But the other pockets that you could reach, that you did not find anything of note. Maybe a couple copper pieces and a gold.
So
Fucker.
when
Not sure if you're taking those or not, but let me know.
No.
so when I exit
Okay.
the bar and I see these two-headed creatures to my right, what are they up to?
You see them basically. There's a mug that each of them had, and the first one is still getting it filled, but the second one has already dumped it into its very large mouth, and then is looking at the bottom of it at this tiny little cup that's basically they're holding with like a finger, and they just take a sharp implement they have and poke a hole in the bottom of it and say refill, and they hold it over their mouth, and the ghostly figure floats up to top and just starts pumping this creature full
Do
of the
they
liquid that's coming
do
out
they
of its
notice
tendril.
me or make any reaction towards me when I walk out of the bar?
The one that's closest to you looked over when you came out of the door, and it closed behind you, and it just grunts and does
Cool.
similar to what its companion is
Just
doing
kind of
now.
give them a head nod and raise
entering
my
the
own
hole.
drink, take a swig, and
Start
then
with
I
your-
make my way towards the carriage.
Okay. And as you're making your way there, you notice the figure in a that looks kind of the same shape as Warren, but is
In an
well
overcoat, in a top hat, and it has a monocle.
more acquainted than the one you remember.
This... Do I immediately like? Is it? Do I like as I get closer? Do I recognize it's Warren in a disguise, or is it such that I'm really not noticing that it is Warren? Or do I know that it's him as I approach him?
Roll a perception and a deception. So yours would be the perception, Rubik, and Warren's yours would be the deception if you're trying to deceive, and or not trying to do anything and just trying to see if your disguise is working.
I got it. Oh. Well, might as well. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Well, that's
Yeah.
persuasion, not perception. It's fine.
Oops. I rolled the wrong thing.
It's fine. He
Are you
knows it's
sure?
fine.
Because
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. No.
that was that was actual perception.
DM, it's up to you.
You're not 100% sure, actually. Even though he's now called your name and told you to get over there.
This was like after he made like the what the fuck are you wearing sort of face.
I would assume this would be on top of this now, because you've walked up and you see him and you sort of recognize him, but now you are also questioning whether or not this is actually him, because he's been away for a while. This is hell, and he's dressed very differently than you last remember. So
Okay, so as I get close
There's
to
that.
him, I kind of a little quietly, hello, sir. Looking for a friend here.
Well, I am new in town. My name is Thomas Maxim Gray III. As I slowly like
All
eye
right,
him, like, are you fucking serious?
I could. You never know with this place, man. Where have you been, dude? Like, what the hell? You pulled me out of there and then you dipped on us. What is going on here?
Warren, who
What
is
are we-
Warren?
what are
My
we
name's
doing
Thomas.
here?
Quiet the fuck down. Do you have anything sticky?
That's what you pull me out. The sticky.
Trust me, there's a bunch of cash I had hidden. But if you want me to get it, I need something sticky right now.
I don't. It doesn't. As I'm searching my backpack, I don't find anything particularly. No, dude, I don't. But Volmira's up. She's in the bar, and she's got one of those. On one of our trips before we met you guys, she got one of those crazy bags. Maybe she has something.
Okay, can you go get her and tell her?
I'm sure that'll get her attention. I'll be back. I'll see what she says. Food
And
or
bring food
honey.
or honey.
Can I
both.
give him? Can I give him a ration? Have a couple of I've got like 10 rations. Can I just give him one? So yeah, I pitch him a ration. It's like it's not milk and honey, but it'll do for now. I did indeed.
Just make sure to take it out to your inventory there of the total. Cool. And he tosses you the ration. I'm assuming you tear into it, being almost 2 days without food now.
Yes.
Alright, so I make my way towards the bar. As I get to the doorway, take another glance at the two-headed. There are two of the two-headed guys. That's what I'm seeing.
Yep, one is
Okay.
distinctly a
not?
female and one is not. And they're just boasting to each other now about who can drink more and trying to get the ghostly bartender
Gotcha.
to
So as I
fill their
pass
mouths
them and go
with
through the
more.
doorway, they don't make. I kind of like
They-
pause and glance over to make sure they don't make any, take any like action towards me or anything. They don't, really react. All right, so I'll,
Nope.
I'll walk back
not even
in
an eye contact.
through the bar and try to find out what Volmira's doing.
What are you doing, Vomire? Were you trying to take Medieval's armor off next to try and get to that pocket that you couldn't get to?
I could just kind of. I just kind of give up on it at the moment.
Okay.
And I see Ruvik walk back in. I'm like, where the fuck did you
So,
go? I was like waiting for my drink.
You look on the floor beside you and there's your drink after you unfocused. Because Rubik had handed it to you before going out.
Yeah, so obviously I see her
you
do
know how
that
it
and
is.
kind of just give her the come on look. Yeah, it's literally right in front of you.
Like, come on,
Like,
like
so
right
I
there
make
in front of you.
So I make sure before I say
Like, oh,
anything,
shut
I
up.
walk up a little closer to her and kind of make sure nobody's, glance around, make sure nobody's kind of like listening in to us. I found
Dude,
Warren,
what the fuck?
and he
And?
says he's got a lot of money, but, and I know that this is gonna sound weird, he needs something sticky. I don't know.
He can't make that himself?
It's Warren, okay? Like, yeah,
I give
touche.
him like the eyes
touche.
of like, come on.
I haven't been with this group long, but long enough to know that it's Warren. So,
Damn right it is.
you have anything sticky? I know you've got that. He says he
No,
will
why
pay
would I
you.
have anything
I'm
sticky?
just asking.
I
And
don't have anything sticky.
as you guys are talking, the noble looking dwarf that was being amicable with you guys before taps you on the shoulder, Ruvik. And you look down at him as you turn around and he says, I believe I'd heard something about money and
Dwarfs
sticky.
everywhere in this realm. Goodness gracious. Yes. Well, depends.
Do you? What are you looking to pay for this sticky?
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bar, and I walk up to the bar, and I ask the bartender if they have any honey.
And it hovers there for a long moment. You're not even sure if it's heard you. And then its mouth
Honey,
gapes
honey,
gapes
honey,
open,
sticky, sweet.
gapes, and then at the last sweet, it closes its mouth, floats off into the back. You hear, and then it floats back out, and you see a steaming cup of something, and sets it down on the bar with its tendril.
Perfect, thank you. And I grab it. I walk over to Ruvik, and I'm like, here.
Not sure what all that commotion was, but thanks. This, looking at it, does it look like I can obviously like see the liquid? Does it look like viscous and like something that would be what sticky enough for what?
Just say it. Does it look like cum?
Does it look like does it look like something that could be
And
used
you're
as some
holding
sort
it.
of adhesive?
And you're smelling a hearty sweetness from it, and it is steaming warm even in your hands. You feel as you're also holding it back and forth just to check its viscosity. As you said, it kind of more than adequately sticks to the sides, almost as if it doesn't want to move when you tilt it sideways. And then it slowly starts to move the more you hold it on its side.
We're gonna lean
You're
into this.
assuming
I'm
it
gonna
could do
dip
the
my
job.
fingers into it and pull it up and see if it kind of leaves like a trail, or like kind of like pulls up like syrup.
It pulls up, leaving a trail in the air as you do so, as you dip your hands into this warm liquid. It almost is a little bit too hot to the touch, oddly, too, and it is stark white, and you're pulling it up, and it holds its shape there, even as you're holding it for a little bit, but it does start to slowly come back down to into the back
All right,
into the
I kind of after determining that this may do the job, I kind of like flick it off my fingers and give Volmyra a nod, and I'll kind of look at the dwarf, and I think we got this one figured out, little sir, but I would like to talk later if you don't mind.
Oh, aye. Well, just so you know, don't be ingesting any of that there. And he goes over to his stool.
I almost think about asking him why, but I kind of just take his word for it and kind of start heading back towards Warren's Way.
And if you could roll me a sleight of hand to try and get it off of you.
Yeah.
When you were shaking it off.
Oh, okay.
11. And you get the larger portion of it off, but it is still like leaving a good bit of residue and even some coloration on your fingers, and they're sticking together slightly as you're holding it together. But so it's not coming off completely just by shaking it. Is what I'm describing.
I almost go to lick it off, except I remember what the dwarf said, and I just kind of like try to wipe it off on my, I don't know, I guess greaves. And then if that doesn't work, I just kind of deal with it being on my hands. Like I said, I'm just making my way back to the carriage.
Sure. it didn't really work. It got a little bit of the coloration off, but the
Yeah.
tips of your fingers are still,
Yeah.
or claws, I
Yeah.
guess. You would probably have claws before your fingers would start and your blue scales and such.
Okay.
But that whiteness is still
Do I notice,
hanging around
like,
there too.
because I'm, obviously the drinks here kind of make you feel a certain way. Do I notice any sort of like feeling or anything from that stuff being on my skin or on my person at all, or is it just kind of sticky? Okay, cool. I'll deal with
Nope.
it for now.
You just
Get
noticed
off
that it
later.
was sticky.
Alright, so end up making my way back to Warren with this cup of viscous material, and I kind of try to hand it over to him and ask him if this'll do.
Yes, I say suspicious.
Don't worry, I touched it already. It doesn't seem to do any harm.
All right. I take half the handful of hair I have from cutting it off, and I stick it to my upper lip and form it using the liquid into like a half a handle by Marcel.
As he's doing this, I
I
drink the first drink that I got, the actual drink, the same one that I gave to Volmyra, kind of looking at him very confused.
Oh, and to describe some notes from that one, you're getting a nutty flavor with these very caramely undertones from it. It almost tastes like a
Man,
liquid
this place
breakfast
may be
cereal.
hell, but the drinks here can be pretty damn good. Yes, I did say that out loud.
Does he say that out loud? Just don't ask where they come from. Prior experience, trust me.
And if you could roll me, Warren, a
Deception?
sure. A 9. So you get either side on, and you're asking Ruvik, "Does it look good?" And you see that it is most certainly leaning to one side, crooked, not quite straight. And there is a definite noting of that white liquid that's drying on his lip. And you're guessing it's got to be pretty uncomfortable, but it's peeking through a good bit of the hairs too. That's what you see, Ruvik. Not sure if you.
And he directly asked me if it looks good. Okay.
I would assume.
I look at him,
that would be my
noticing
interpretation.
the crookedness and the whiteness of the liquid. Kind of turn my head to the side. And like, yeah, it's pretty solid actually.
And as you guys are kind of just standing around too, the stench of the dead bodies is starting to become oddly palatable, kind of sweetly sick, but still not making you barf anymore. And you're realizing too, behind the hill that was there, that's now mostly deflated. It seems like a large looking temple off in the distance with a door and multiple large looking key slots in it.
That we killed. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the ping.
Past the hill. Yeah. Yeah, the mists and such had started to clear a little bit in that area too. Is why you're picking up on this, you think?
As we notice that, and he turns around, I'm guessing I form my goatee into 3 distinct points with the same liquid, and then part my hair straight down the center, off to the sides, like a fucking I don't know how to describe it because that
perfect.
Look is so out of style.
I have an amazing
with the same
image right
with
now.
the same white liquid. So I'm assuming you're carrying the top hat now, or did you put it back on top of that head?
I put it back on top of that.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I try to make it look nice as much as I can without a fucking mirror.
And you're straightening it a little bit, and you're realizing the hat is hardening to your hair.
Oh, fuck.
Well, this isn't good.
Yeah.
I'll deal with this problem later.
Looking down at my hand and seeing the white stain on it, and
okay.
I concur. Yeah, let's move on.
Do you want the money
I
now,
mean,
or do you want the money later?
We definitely want to do the money soon, but all right. Do we want to tell Vermira, or do we want to? I did.
Did you tell her that I
No,
would pay
she's
her?
not.
Is she out here?
Off we go.
Well, it's first time, first serve, so come on.
What are you doing, Vermeer?
I don't know.
Damn it, she is the one who got me out of that tree.
I guess I'm
Yes,
just
I
kind
did.
of
Yeah,
like,
I say that out loud.
Does he
Well,
say
like-
that out loud?
Yeah, I know. And I got you
I'm
the
the one who
liquid,
got you out
so
of that
let me go
monster.
just holler at Volmire for 2 seconds and we'll go. So I run up just to the entrance of the bar and poke my head in
Fine.
and try to find Volmira.
And you see Vermeer standing at the door, ready to go out.
Hey.
Same time that you poking your head in.
Volmira, money.
Kinda like-
Let's go.
What?
Money.
Money?
So, doubling back out the door and heading back to Warren's position, which I think is this way. There he is.
I stopped and yeah. Let's just say for fact of time, I just head back to where I buried, stashed, whatever.
Yep. To the west there, and you guys walk into a thick of trees and vines, walk straight through it, and you hear these bugs that are just gotta be ginormous because they're loud as fuck here. And you're following Warren through this thick brush, basically.
Okay, so Volmira, I know he looks different. I know I know the disguise, but trust me, it's Warren. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot.
Oh.
God, I hope he's not leading us into a trap.
I could tell.
It-
So we just hear loud
big
bugs?
long bugs.
Yes, very, very
Yeah.
loud bugs.
Oh,
Better be
this is
worth it.
obnoxious.
The bugs like approaching us or anything, like trying to.
Alright, dude, what you got?
Nope, you can't see anything.
Still-
You can only hear them in the
Still on-
trees. It seems like
Okay,
black brush out in the distance.
I pull away the brush.
And you're seeing Warren standing over three
What
chests
in the-
as he's clearing away
how?
the brush.
What?
Shit.
I'll explain later. It gets better.
I,
And I open two of the chests, the ones with gold
Oh.
in them.
oh, you just
And-
opened them. Okay.
And inside is
Oh.
brimming with literal
Oh
treasures.
my lord!
Put it in the
Yes,
bag.
Volmira, you have that bag we got from the king
I'm-
character who.
Yes. It's already out. I'm starting to put the money in the bag.
Yeah, I do.
Also, load up your pockets.
Oh, it's just all going in the bag.
And in the third chest, I found this, and I opened the third chest.
Yeah, so
And I
at first I
closed
don't
it,
even
'cause I'm like,
notice that as
I'm
I'm
not
stuffing
picking
my
it
my backpack with gold as well.
What's in the third one?
Look,
Yeah.
I am looking.
gosh.
Inside of the third chest, you see a singular key that is normal sized.
Now,
Large
wait,
box
wait,
for
wait.
such a small
Now
key.
try and pick it up.
Poison me?
I've already touched it. I'm fine, except for
All right,
whatever is going on with my
I'll
spells.
I'll bite. I reach in. I try to grab it and pick it up.
I like
And
try
do
to do
you-
like a quick like wait.
You go to grab just
Right,
as you
right.
would a normal key with your finger and your thumb, and it won't budge. So you're struggling with just your fingers to even move it slightly from the left or
God,
right,
what is-
let alone up out of the box.
This is not normal. So I'll try to like grasp it whole-handedly. Like obviously, try to use more force to try to lift it. Just trying to see what it's going to take to get it out of the box.
Strength check for me.
It's not bad.
And you lean down, grabbing it with one hand, because you can't really get both hands around the, I guess, until you get it off the ground or out of the box a little bit even, and you're pulling with most of your strength to get it out of there, as if it weighed as much as all the gold that you just, and platinum and silver and so
I can
gems
lift
and
it.
such that you've been piling into your bag in the palm of your hand. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
It is
it's like I'm
with
carrying
both
a whole
hands,
chest
though,
of
that you
gold
have to
with
lift
this key,
this.
basically.
Thing.
Okay. My. Dude, what?
Yep.
If this is the key, what kind of door does it open? And then I go to. I guess I go place it back in the box, but not. I try not to drop it.
No. Put it in the bag of
Will it
holding.
not weigh down the bag? Is
or
that not how
whatever.
it works?
Bag. Put it in the bag.
Open up the bag.
Okay. Oh, Elmira,
No.
if you would.
Put it in the bag.
All right, and then I go to place the key into the bag and let it drop in there.
And it sails off into the blackness of the bag. How do
Wait,
you even know whiff?
Okay, so
okay.
Yeah, where the hell have you
now I
been?
have to explain where all this shit came from.
You don't have
Like,
to.
Where you?
No,
Well, you
We don't
two,
need to know.
Yeah, you do. It explains everything else.
Do we?
You're gonna kind of want to know because there's a lot of dwarves in town, and it kind of relates to them.
Volmira, the dwarves are the
Well,
ones with the mech
less I know,
monster.
the better, I
Maybe
feel like.
we should try to figure this out.
So I kind of robbed the dwarves after I got most of them drunk.
Okay.
I got both of those chests. I also might have killed one, and he might have saw me. And they do come back in this layer of hell, I've heard.
That explains the hostility.
Oh.
Yes.
So we need to get out of here.
Yes.
How do we get out of this layer of hell before becoming cursed to this layer of hell forever?
I know.
I
We
didn't-
still need
That's
it.
why we need the dodecahedron. God damn it.
Didn't we just? Is that? So from this on, I'm no longer Warren, at least in this layer of hell. I am Thomas Maxim Gray III,
Thomas.
a cheery businessman.
Oh, hello, Thomas.
Nice to meet you.
Very well.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Maybe did I see the door, or did only Ruvik see the door?
Oh,
The
both you
door.
and Ruvik had seen the door.
There is that big
Yeah.
door on the hill that we should probably.
Yeah, for the mist
stop at.
the mist
there's
beyond the
more on
Mal
the
monster
hill?
has cleared. There's some
Yeah,
sort of
the
structure
fog-
behind it.
Big door. There's big door, and we have heavy key. 2
Oh,
plus
so
2
we
equal
have-
5. So
So we have to sneak past
not
the
sure.
monster?
No,
Is that
it's
what
we'll
you're
get to the mech
suggesting?
monster, Warren. I
Describe
promise.
this mech
But
monster.
no, Volmyra, it's in a different direction.
Okay, I start describing the thing I
Oh.
saw on the dock. Is that the mech monster?
I don't know.
Josh,
What's your descriptors?
I don't know. You didn't give me any descriptors. A giant metal thing. A giant metal human. It looked like a mountain at first.
It's
kinda
probably the
silvery, I
same
think.
thing because it's pretty close to. We tried to fight that thing. Didn't go very well.
Go well.
Oh.
So which way is the door?
No,
So
you
I'm
are
not
not.
the only one
We
pissing
killed
off
at least
the dwarves
4
I
on the
see.
docks.
Oh no.
No, after you
Wait, when
wandered
did
off,
this
we were
happen?
looking for you.
We were trying to rescue you.
We thought you had the dodecahedron.
Yeah, we were trying to rescue
We're trying to
you,
get
man.
out of here. We thought you had it.
Putting our lives at risk. Wait, do you have the dodecahedron? I give him the stink eye.
I don't think so. I thought from
Do you have the dodecahedron?
what's her name? I can't think. I thought not Mariel, not
Is it
Mame,
Mariel?
not Solus.
Mariel?
Meyer, did
Griselda
you
had
search Griselda?
Griselda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Griselda had the
Apparently, we searched Muriel
I
twice.
swear she's the one who was trying to figure it out.
Perhaps
Maybe I should search Griselda.
we should.
I've been asking her to take a look at it, and she still wouldn't let me.
So Griselda's
Mariel
at the
or
bar.
Griselda?
Griselda.
Yes.
Hmm. Well, and she's
So
passed out.
perhaps we
maybe I
should
can
head back to the
maybe I can
bar,
look her over
take
and see
stock
if
of
she has it.
all of this treasure. There happens.
So
No,
wait.
we no.
Well, we don't
That's
want to let
ours.
everyone know about the
Just-
treasure.
Yeah, no.
Everybody's passed out.
So when you say that's ours, do you mean that's
I thought it
ours
would
as
just
the
be the
group, or
three of
that's
us right
ours
here,
as the
right
three of
now.
us right here, right now?
Elmira.
Not Solus. Is it Solus? Names. Elmira?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
agreed.
yeah, gold
Alright
gold
then.
is us, and then
So how did you kill 4 dwarves and they're
Um,
not trying to bash your face
well,
in?
they did pull out
It's a good
their
question.
big shiny mountain man to try to kill us, but we ran back to the bar. So I imagine if those dwarves see us, but the dwarves at the bar really aren't that hostile.
Are they?
It seems
so
like
they're not the same
the
sex
dwarves at the
dwarves.
bar have a good amount of knowledge about the dwarves at the docks. One of the reasons I wanted to head back
All
to
the
the bar
dwarves
was
are
to
in
talk
cahoots
about
with each
this,
other.
talk to the royal dwarf guy. I can't remember his name. About see if we can get some info on that big machine man thing at the docks. Try to figure out how to bring that thing down if that's what we want to do. Yeah, I bet. I mean, if anybody knows, he probably
find
would.
any weak spots.
So
But then there's that temple to the northeast, and with
I think we should all go check the temple
where the-
and see if
that's where the
key
big
we
door
have
is.
fits it.
The temple? What temple?
The door thing.
Yeah.
You know
Where's
where you started fighting that giant plant monster?
Yeah,
And there was like a path.
a path beyond the plant monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize there was a path beyond the plant monster.
It's that way. I think. if you
I'm
saw it,
in
you'd see it that
I'm
way,
in
yes.
agreement with that
Yes.
one as well.
I like this plan.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this massive.
All right, let's go to the temple.
We're off to see
Alright,
the wizard.
We
the
are
wonderful
agreed
Wizard
again
of
to the
Oz.
temple.
to
I
the
mean,
temple.
See, all it
money's a
took was cash
powerful
for us to work
motivator.
together as a team.
Josh, is there a way you would like us
Sure
to,
is.
I guess, calculate how much money we just came up on, or is that something we want to do?
I
Can I use
Just-
my accounting skill to judge?
I did just roll a good bit for it, but if you felt like counting it, but I was guessing too because
Yeah.
of the descriptions I was having, you guys are just tossing it in
Yeah,
there.
I was
Yeah,
because
I was
um,
gonna say a guesstimation.
I was
based
envisioning
on, like,
Ruvik
density
literally
and stuff.
using his big
Because
paws
where
and
we get all
shoveling
that.
gold into his backpack, like not really counting or anything like that at all.
We did empty the chest, and there was nothing else like of significance in them. Were there?
Nope.
All right.
How-
There's more,
how
by the
much?
way. This is just what I could get out.
How
with.
much more?
Wait, we'll have to come back.
There was a room full of chests that were 5 high.
If
and
one of
those
them
were
had
what I
that
grabbed.
Okay. Well, let's check out this this
Well,
temple.
we've
and
already
then
pissed
maybe
off
let's
these
sneak
doors.
back and steal a couple more chests.
Natural
That's
20 on accounting.
insane.
I know exactly how much we have.
What the fuck? Where is
With the amount of
accounting?
20s that you have, he made it a skill because you can make anything a skill that you want to make.
That's
And
why
the
I
first-
have bondage.
And the first time that you make a skill, this is part
Right,
of the
I
reason.
remember you talking about that. I just kind of forgot about that for a second.
No worries.
Okay.
Yeah. So if there's any
Alright.
skills that you want to
Interesting.
work on as a character,
Yeah, okay.
So,
I would
say-
also say that your accounting would have increased by 1 this particular time.
Okay, so just for sakes of what we're talking about, I imagine Warren says something along the lines of, well, based on the density of the box and how much they weighed and the size of the box and the
Color of the
about
coin.
proportions of what percentage was gold, rubies, and silver and all of that stuff, we have exactly spit out words.
And I will enter that into chat so that you guys can divvy that into your inventories
I
as you will.
guess do we want so we'll probably have like 2/3 of it in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
And Ruvik has 1/3 of it.
and I
But
already
he
have,
has to actually carry it.
and I
Bag of
already
holding
have,
just disappears it.
and I already have all the ones I can carry.
Gotcha.
Okay. Ooh, 453 copper. So I can
I was
just put
trying to
this
get it all.
I
was
can
trying
just
to
put
get-
this all in the bag of holding.
And you're noting too that these marks on these coins are of a age that has passed because these are some coins that are no longer in circulation on Tarth to any of your
Interesting.
knowledges.
Oh.
They have a long dead ancient emperor.
Josh, just a quick question. The numbers that you put in the chat, is that what we each came up on? Like, or is that total?
Emperor
Gotcha.
or-
Just making sure.
That was total. Sorry. What-
Oh, it's
not. I was using a 1,000-sided die to come up with those.
Did I
Yes, we should.
did I pick up all the platinum?
It would seem for the most part so. There's probably, let me do this one. I forgot to roll for that one actually. Oops, that was the wrong one. 68 more. That would be 68 platinum.
The 68 platinum.
And 1 heavy key.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which was definitely already put in the bag of holding. I think you got that read.
Yeah.
Or my bad.
Is it gold?
The key itself
Like, what
seems
does
to
the
be
key? What does the key look like?
made out of this murky brown metal, almost the same color as the water that is sloshing around out in the mire to the north where the dwarfs are from.
Fifth.
Level of hell are we in?
There's
Fifth.
no like
Okay.
inscriptions on the key or anything.
Does not seem so. On the end of it, though, as you were holding it last to and you're kind of looking at it, it would have seemed to be an odd spider web of a shape that's you couldn't really distinguish when you were just holding it.
That was on
not really
the
investigating it.
handle,
Now
the
it's in
handle end,
bag.
obviously.
You're kind of just reminiscing on that idea.
Okay.
So you said it was like a
Yeah.
Yeah,
handle.
it is
So what
a-
did Rudek,
a-
what did you tell me? Handle and
Yeah,
was
at the end of the
spider-webby.
key is a design similar to a spider web.
Yeah.
Yes, the handle end.
Was that the handle end of the key or like the other end? Of the key?
Maybe something to look for once we get to the store.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I outside of game context, I put that all of the copper, gold, platinum, and the key, I have that all in my inventory as in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Just so that we
Right.
don't both like two people mark it
Right,
down
so
and
do
then
we-
try to say we have double.
Does my lockpicking and bondage go up because I did all that stuff
That's quite
in like the
quite
heist of the century?
No, I do not think that one you'd rolled a natural 20 on, so it did not go up.
All right.
That's how I was going to roll with that, if you will. Bear the pun.
Hey, Josh, kind of piggybacking on what
Ha.
had.
I think it looks like. Go ahead. I was just gonna say it looks like Vomata, you're standing there alone in the bug infested mangrove
I am.
currently.
I very much am.
Yeah.
I was busy organizing my packs.
I assume you would actually been doing that while you were just kind of following behind
Oh,
Ruvik
shit.
there. What was the question, Ruvik?
You got me thinking about something else. I forgot about my question. No, it's all good. I mean, we're trying to get a little bit
I
of
apologize.
stuff clarified. I just I'll let you know if I remember. Damn. Oh, I remember.
Okay.
Just piggybacking off
That
of
may
what
have
Bree
been
said,
something-
so we
Go
don't
ahead.
like double record the treasure we just got. Do you think it'd be better if we? I know it's probably like a player decision, but just for like keeping tabs on how much we've got, put it all in the bag of holding as opposed to it like some of it being in my pack. You think that?
Getting that.
I think that's what Bree was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to have some for
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah,
you just have to let me know how much you want to take, and I'll
whenever
subtract it from
obviously
the
when
bag
we
of
get
holding.
back in game, I'm gonna do that just so it doesn't get double recorded. Sorry, that was my question. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That would be definitely a player's decision because I mean you did just meet all of these people, so you mean you were promised money and maybe
Yeah, so it's
it
up
would
to
make
you.
sense for you to ask for a certain sum of that
Right.
money that you guys just got.
Yeah, if you want like a certain amount of it
But
on
can
your
I trust
person,
you,
just let me know.
Volmira?
I'll subtract it from the bag of holding.
You not just disappear with the bag.
Of course you can. Of course you can. Where else would I go?
But
We're
you
stuck in
found
the
me while
Spitfire
wandering
Hell.
off from the group in the first place. You told me that, didn't you?
You don't know that. Did I?
Well, you did say that you had gotten lost from the.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lost.
All
I
right.
didn't wander
As I
along.
slip off the backpack and go to put the treasure that's in there in her bag of holding, but I look at her and kind of like give her the look like, let's not get lost again. So I put what treasure I shoveled in the
we're getting
backpack I put in the bag of holding. All in the bag of holding.
Okay, so it's all in the bag of holding.
All right. Now that we've got that settled
Okay.
and I'm not encumbered by a bunch of gold coins, let's go to this door.
Onward.
Lauren, you with us?
Yeah, where is this?
Still
door?
already at the door? I don't see where he's at.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Goodness.
I see it now.
He's like right where I am.
Mhm. As you near, the creatures that are eating on these corpses do move away from you, as if just
I wasn't worried
very
about
shy.
them. They watched us kill a bunch of stuff.
He must be shy.
The long-necked
Man, it seems so
People
long
eating.
ago we first
dead people eating
Right.
furry creatures.
I know. Oh, this is not good.
And you guys walk up to the large stone temple encrusted with growing vines all across it and moss, and a big stone door slightly recessed in the arched entry of these stone, well-worked stone. You're guessing it's actually some sort of dwarven work
Truly magnificent.
because of the fine stone craftsmanship.
So I would like to investigate this door to see if I can find any like engravings, check for any traps, see
And
if there's any like keyholes.
and this door, as you're just looking at it, you see is also a stone. You're not sure how thick from this side of the door, obviously. And in it is blatantly obvious that there are 4 slots for 4 separate keys, it appears like, on
Oh,
the face of this. One each one having some sort of symbol underneath of that, the slot that the key hole is.
so we have 4 keys. So okay. So Lauren, I think we need 4 keys,
There are more chests.
not 1.
Or so you say.
Maybe we need to actually I'm going to reach into the bag of holding and try to pull out the key.
Strength check. And what is your regular strength?
+1.
Okay. You wouldn't be at disadvantage, but
Oh.
you can't pull it out of the bag. You're
Nope.
finding
I
because
sure
you're
can't.
shoulder deep, and you're pretty
I'm-
sure you've got the key, but you just can't pull it out.
Hey Ruvik, can you get this key? out of here?
I suppose. Allow me. With a chuckle, I reach into the bag and try to find the key.
You've got a +5 off. So go ahead and roll me that strength check.
That might do it.
Yeah. You, learning from your past experience, grab the key in your full hand, not just slightly, and wrench it out of the sack, putting Vomira slightly off balance too in the process of the weight, even though wasn't felt in the sack as it was coming out of the sack. It almost felt as if the key itself was in
It's
her
a hammer.
hands for a moment.
Okay. Looking around, I check
if
back.
it's
I
one of
check
the
back at the
keyholes.
key to kind of make sure, take a second look at the symbol on the back end of the key. Do I notice, like, looking around on the face of the wall of the door, if that symbol is anywhere?
You notice that the symbol coincides directly with the keyhole on the top, and these keyholes are oriented, one at the top, one at the left, one at the right, and one at the bottom. Now, again, the one at the top has this spider web looking symbol that you can see on it, but as you're looking closer at it, you can kind of see some features of is that a dwarf, perhaps? Actually, as you're looking closer at it now, it's very abstract if it is, but you can kind of see some of the features of some of the
Like a
dwarf.
dwarf in
Interesting.
the spider web.
No.
Yep.
Seems like this key would go in the
Okay,
top one.
so we
Can I
need
reach it? Is it too
3
high for me to
more.
actually reach and try to get the key into the keyhole?
You would have to hold the key above your
see.
head, and you're not sure if you
Um,
could do that one
I
alone.
haven't heard Warren for a minute. I'm gonna ask him if he could help me out. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, give me a hand with this one.
Both roll me.
Sorry, dude. What am I rolling? That's what I think. Yeah, not as
Strength.
good.
Again. And you're rolling saves if you haven't noticed. I'll allow it for the second, but it's the checks that I'm asking for. It's if you go
A
to just
regular, like the top.
where you see the +5
My
at,
bad. So
and
it'd
click
be
on
a,
that.
it'd be a
They're
9. My bad.
horizontal. They line up horizontal.
No
No,
worries.
it's okay. It's just
You're learning. That's the difference between a
because you
check and a
can
save.
be because you can be proficient.
I
You can be proficient in certain saves, which
Oh,
would
yeah.
give
Oh,
you an
yeah.
extra bonus.
Yeah, because I'm here.
Which looks like it. That one specifically does look like for you. So,
Oh, no, man. No, man. You
Plus
can,
nine
you can go
is
ahead and
plus
take the
5.
9. That's
so
I'm good with that.
I'll still accept the 21 for now, but the 20 and okay. Well, then you lift up the key, start to anyways, without Warren's help, and get it to just about in your shoulders. And you're pushing with your legs as Warren helps you the rest of the way into the slot. And as you guys are leaning over and up with the key in, it slides in no problem.
Bloody hell.
And you hear a resounding boom.
Yeah. I was going to ask the same thing.
Does it twist?
I don't know. And if you guys are trying that, then I'll go off the same ones there, and you try to the left, doesn't quite want to turn, try to the right, and it doesn't want to turn.
How is
I
there
think
like
we
a
need
pronounced like
all
end?
4.
What was your question, Warren?
Is there like a pronounced end, like you know how like keys have like those like ends that are kind of like clover shaped holes in them?
Yes,
Right,
yeah,
that's
the
the
end
one.
that you guys are turning on is the shape that I was talking about. It's kind of like got a spider web shape with like a dwarf's face in the middle.
I see. So it's probably.
I was wondering,
I was thinking maybe we could tie something to it and use body weight, but I don't think that would work.
maybe.
I think we need all. I
Oh,
think we
Myra,
need
you
all
want to get
4.
on my shoulders and see if we can,
Well-
all three
well,
of us,
while
try
we're
to
here-
move this thing?
Keys.
I'm going to.
I
Oh,
mean, we can
maybe.
give it a shot, but I'm pretty convinced that we're gonna need all 4.
All right. Do we need to roll another strength?
Yep, if you guys
Might
are
as
all
well
trying it
while
again.
we're here.
All of us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm not helping.
Oh.
Neither am I.
For one.
Ugh.
So this time around,
We all
I'm
just
try-
hang there.
I was trying to get Thomas's name in my head too, because I'll have to remember that for the future, technically. But also, I guess Warren, Ruvik, and Vamira, you're all pushing on it really hard. Ruvik, you're just below Warren and off to the right of Vamira, because I believe actually. Wait,
We're
no,
accidentally pulling against each other.
I'm
who
7'4", I
taller,
think.
Ruvik or Warren?
I believe Ruvik.
Because
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Warren was for some reason.
Warren is our
Momade's
average
huge,
height.
right?
Frederick is very tall.
That's why I was getting it. Okay. Yeah,
Mame's giant.
and I know Vomata, you're pretty.
I'm like 5'9".
Yeah, average height, as I was guessing too. So scratch that. Ruvik, you're hovering over the other two and trying to twist from the top side of this key, while the other two are pushing and pulling respectively on the bottom side of the key. And your hand slips actually on the key as you're trying to push Ruvik, and as it slips, you slide your arm into the wall and try to catch yourself and just fall straight on
Sorry.
top of your companion's flat.
Can I try to catch him?
Yeah.
Told you we need the other 3 keys.
Natural 20.
Really obvious.
Like,
True that.
Ban the fucking dice tonight.
we're gonna have to start giving you a D30.
All right, Volmire, I concede. Perhaps you're right. Maybe we need all 4.
Of course I'm right. Put this key back in this bag.
We want to
Did
take
you
it
want
out.
to actually roll me a strength save in this particular case,
Oh,
Warren and Vomata? Not to throw some on the natural 20, but
that's fine.
you Vomata
I
Yeah.
get crushed.
get bumped more so actually from Ruvik as he's falling. His one arm, he catches you on the shoulder, trying to catch himself, and you get pushed down to the ground as Warren catches him from falling all the way on top of you, though, by his other shoulder.
Okay. I like stand up and like brush my knees off, just like super irritated. I'm like, guys, we need the other 3 keys.
I do think that we do need to unlock the other locks to turn that one, but let me just try this real quick. I'm gonna lockpick the bottommost one, or try to.
That is actually
you-
not a bad idea, and I'm gonna try to lockpick the
And I'm go-
I don't know, the one on the left.
If you want to make that lockpicking skill, because I know that you're quite lockpicky, Vomata.
I just thought sleight of hand was my lockpick.
It is usually. That is what the usual regular one is. But if you did want to make it a skill specifically,
Okay.
you're welcome to do so and make it a plus 10 for this particular case for the next time.
Okay, yeah, I'll add it.
Okay.
Which is funny because my sleight of hand is actually better than my lockpicking. By a ways. Well, not by a ways, by 1.
I think what happens is too that then you'll level, and when you do that, if you're not keeping up with one in particular skill like that, then it'll end up falling behind. Whereas the leveling will pick up like your sleight of hand. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what happened was I had a really good sleight of hand and stealth to begin with, but then I got one of those like things that was like you get to pick 2 skills that you're like double like expert in.
Right.
And I picked those 2, so now instead of being at 5, I'm at 9 or whatever.
Okay. So
Oh,
you
Sorry,
both
quick question. For when we're setting up our
your
what's it
skill.
called? Our skills. Do you want us to just do like an override stat?
You mean for the pluses and minuses?
Oh, I could do an expertise.
Yeah, and you're gaining an expertise in a skill is what I would call it too. That's what I was going.
I
I
thought
guess
what
I
gonna
can
ask.
do I can do miscellaneous bonus, which is what would get it up to a 10.
There you go.
I think I based the skill off of what it would have been. So like intelligence for accounting, dex for lockpick, dex for
Yeah.
bondage. And then I was like, and then I would use the override to make it go up if I leveled
Yeah.
up.
Oh, that's actually not a bad plan then too, because then it'll still be affected when you get leveled. Is what I was thinking about. I
Yeah.
was worrying, so
I'll have to
play with it.
yeah.
That's fine. Either which way, you got a 21, 28, and Thomas Maxim Gray the third got a 17, and you're standing there, both of you, with these tiny little picks going into the lock that you're realizing when you put inside of the locking mechanism, you can barely see the lock picks, as if they'd gained an extra dimension inside of it, and they're super tiny for some reason inside, and you can't even feel the
Whoa.
sides of the walls at first.
So I just start like putting the lockpick tools like in and out, like watching them get smaller. I was like, whoa, this guys,
I don't,
do you see this?
I
I'm
believe
not sure
there's
if your traditional
magic involved
methods
with this
of
door.
This is crazy.
breaking an entry is going to work on this one, guys.
Thievery is going to work.
Hey, so
I
Damn, I'm so proficient.
three more
do not
keys.
believe so.
All right.
All right.
So,
All right,
so
Thomas.
who
Sir
thinks?
Thomas, off to where these other chests are, so we can get these keys.
So that's what I was about to ask.
If-
Do you think all of the keys are going to be in that room?
Only one way to
You-
find
you-
out.
This is true, and there's definitely more shit there that I would like to acquire.
Did you
Agreed.
ever roll me an investigation on the other parts of the door? Because I think you wanted to investigate it, Vamira.
I did, but you just kind of described what was on the door, so I just assumed.
I guess I will do a quick glance.
But
You
I
mind?
mean, I was intending to do an investigation of the door.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice anything from Myra. I didn't notice.
So yeah, Warren, you're looking at it and you're going, door, keys, symbols. Okay. That's we got one, 3 more. Mm-hmm. And the other one's got a spider webby looking thing symbol too. But Vamira, as you're looking at the spider web symbols on each of the other ones, as with the first one, the
Oh, so there's
Was it-
spider web symbols on each of them.
dwarf in the center of it, the other ones have other things. The one off to the left and right both seem to have some sort of slumped triangle with a circle, and then it clicks. It's a witch's hat off to the left and right, and then on the bottom there are 2 circles.
Oh, to the left and right.
hmm And then on the bottom there are 2 circles with the kind of lumpy circles, you think, and then with like maybe there's some definition of an eye, and 2 heads on the bottom one inside of the spider web.
Probably
big,
something
door
good
heavy, door
behind it,
magic.
though.
Warren notice.
I know.
Yes, the biggest, heaviest doors
Okay,
often have bad
so-
stuff behind them. Warren also know this. Warren smart.
A barbarian.
Warren, are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah, just the
don't
thought of all the
sound
gold
okay.
we already have.
All the blood
is
has rushed to
in his
Warren's
brain.
nipples.
Right. Yeah.
No. It's. I don't know if you know this. I have a magic golden chest
I
plate
did-
that senses
I
when
didn't
I'm
know
near other
that's what that
expensive shit.
was. No,
I
I
make
knew
my
I knew
nipples
you
hard.
had a breastplate. I didn't know that's what that sensation was.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's good information to have.
You
I
know.
have Goldar.
It's all coming together, Warren. It's all
How do you
coming
think I
together.
found all the gold?
Thomas.
I love it when a plan
Thomas,
comes
his name-
together.
Thomas, damn
I
it.
don't know if I can.
Get it fucking straight, Rubik.
Wait till you meet Dean.
Who the fuck is
Very well.
Dean?
Oh, you
Thomas.
don't know that either. That's amazing.
Damn it. Who the fuck is Dean?
I'm sure he'll come back at some point.
Oh, fuck. Alright, we've been standing outside this door for too long. We need to take cover, be stealthy, go back to normal business
Yes, quite.
before we
Indeed.
sneak off again. So I'm gonna go back to the bar.
What is the state of my hair and my mustache and my goatee?
After
Hard?
being fallen on by Ruvik, the mustache was a little out of whack as you're feeling to either side of it. I'm assuming you're kind of pushing the crunchy bits back into shape,
Look
but
great.
it is very hard.
Wait, guys. Did we take the key back, or did we
Crunchy.
leave it in the door? I don't remember retrieving the key. I think
Oh, someone should retrieve the key and put it back in the bag of
we
holding.
are in
When we
hell.
like going
Damn it.
anywhere, it seems kind of.
We shouldn't let anyone know what we're up to.
That, my friend, is a story
By the way, how did
we
you end up in
need
hell?
drinks for. I do need the bag though,
For
Volmyra.
another day.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up and try
I'm
to
here.
pull the key out with both hands.
Put the key in the bag. Put the key in the bag.
Put the money in the bag.
All right, go ahead and roll the strength check.
Strength. You got it.
I guess I'll help him.
As you're going up to help him, Vomardo is holding the sack under the bag under the key, and your hand just about touches it when he leans back and it slides right out, and he lets go and it falls right into the sack.
That was painless.
Sweet.
Drinks.
I need a drink.
Drinks.
Also-
Look at Warren. Drinks.
Yes. I need a drink.
Thomas. Drinks.
Drinks. Drinks.
Thomas.
Drinks.
Especially
I'm gonna
around
blow-
dwarves.
I'm
My
gonna
name
blow
is
this.
Thomas. Especially
His name
around
is Thomas, Rubik.
That
Fucking Thomas.
was never the best. That was never the best
It's
fire.
gonna be great.
We're gonna have a great time.
Alright, so
You guys wade back through some of the swampy bits and
Yeah.
bodies.
Stupid
Back to
mound
the
creature.
bar.
Yep.
what in the
Definitely.
world are you doing, Nero?
Do you kick one of its tentacles as you walk by, Rubik?
You've awoken it.
No, it does not seem to react. Its tentacle actually seems to be mostly decaying, though you do see a hole into the center of the mound that's been deformed, like I mentioned before. It's kind of sunk in, and there's some sort of recess all the way back into the center of the earthen portions of where it was.
Before I go back to the bar, I'm gonna try to take a closer look
Stick
inside.
your
Sarah
hand
has
in it.
Is there anything I can like? Is it just like completely dark in there, or yeah?
Oh yeah, the inside of it is more or less dark. But if you're leaning down and taking a closer look, as you'd said, inside of that, where one of the tentacles was coming out, that's kind of flattened now. It seems like some of the liquids or whatever was inside of it has
Man,
gone away. You're seeing
damn
a
it!
dull glowing inside of the mound.
I knew it, man. I want to reach in and try
Bluish
and grab it.
light. You go up shoulder deep in this muck, and you're kind of searching around inside, and you don't feel anything other than goop up to where you're at.
I'm shoulder deep already. Oh man.
Uh-huh. This thing is, remind
Yeah,
you,
it's huge.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30
I can
feet
still
across.
see the light.
If he would like some help.
When you pull your arm back out, it's actually a little bit brighter, and seems to be coming almost directly from the center mass of this creature. So you're kind of gauging by looking in it and then looking
I'm
on
guessing,
top of it,
like,
looking in
I
it,
would,
looking
I
on
would
top of
probably
it.
have to like dive all the way in to get to where the light is coming from. Is that like a judgment I can make?
Without
Okay.
digging from the top down or other methods that you can think of, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my
Rubik
way
asked for some help.
towards the bar, and when I see I'm assuming is Warren. Yeah, when I see Warren outside the front door, I'm gonna let him know what I saw. Obviously, my arm's covered in goop. So like, hey man, like, I know we need a drink, but I just saw something really, really interesting. I'm not sure. We may want to check this out, see what's going on here. Maybe, man. It's shiny.
Interesting as invaluable.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
That's good enough for me.
Inside the big mound creature we killed.
Where is it?
That you let us fight without helping, by the way. So there's that. After you pulled me out. That's yeah, I haven't forgotten.
After I
that.
pulled you out.
So and you money. That was a lot of money.
And without leaving you, I would not have.
But yeah, that's why I'm letting you know about this. This could be good too. Made my way back to where I had
guess
my
he leads me to where
arm
it
in
is.
there. So check this out, dude. I don't know what it is, but it's like, first of all,
You look in where Ruvik is gesturing Thomas, and you see a glowing soft glow of light that is deep in the center of the mound.
I take off my top hat, and I take off my jacket,
You cannot remove the top hat, you realize, but the jacket comes off.
That's not good. I put the monocle in the pocket of the top hat, and I said, "Would you pull me out, good sir?" And I jump headfirst.
With the top hat leading the way, you swim through this murky muck, holding your breath and closing your eyes, just to not get any of it in anything. And you're swimming forward, stroking with your hands forward and kicking with your feet backwards. And you get 2 or 3 good strokes in before you feel your top hat hit
I
on
go to
something
grab
solid.
his his ankle too deep for me to reach. How I'm not sure.
At that point, I would say yes, but you see Warren disappear quickly into the muck. It was
Oh shit.
from your perspective. Don't even see a foot.
This would be a lovely way for Warren to go after his heist.
I try to reach in a little bit deeper than I did before, kind of getting face and chest in there to see if I can reach at least an ankle, a foot, anything.
And you grab like what you think is you're grabbing for anyways, and you feel a little bit of kicking, or rather maybe it's kicking, and you lean even more in, and you're probably about halfway up your torso before you can kind of feel the last little kicks of Warren there. Are you doing anything, Warren, while you're inside of there?
Grabbing the key or whatever key, yeah, whatever it's in there.
And you after your top hat hit this hard solid object, you take both of your arms to wrap around something that's about at this. It's rough, kind of feels like stone, and it's the size of your entire torso, but you wrap both arms around it before you start kicking in the opposite direction you were before. And
Yep.
Ruvik, you feel the slightest bit of something coming back into your grasp.
Immediately
as you're
focusing
holding
on
your breath and
the
closing your
motion I
eyes and
feel
just
and a
searching
little,
with
just
both
trying
hands
to
now, up to your waist.
grab onto what I feel kicking around down there and trying to eventually get a hold of it so I can try to pull them up or pull whatever I feel up.
Roll a strength check. Roll a strength.
Both of us?
No, just Ruvik. With advantage, though. Ruvik. So you grasp onto something solid, you can tell. It does give a little bit under your grasp. And then your second hand on, you think, a shoulder, and you start pulling out. And you fall backwards with Warren on top of you.
And the hat is
realizing you're
still,
holding
like, I
onto
didn't pull the
his
hat
top
off,
hat
it's still,
and his
like,
shoulder.
fastened to his head. Awesome.
Correct. There was from your end, Warren, it felt like your hair was going to come out for a second, but it stayed attached, and you took a little 3 damage from
You crazy, crazy bastard.
being pulled out by your top hat.
Ow.
And inside of Warren's clutches is what appears to be a softly glowing, rough-cut sapphire the size of a, as I described, Warren's torso.
All right.
So a good 3 foot in diameter.
Worth it.
That's, I don't know how we're going to keep this one to ourselves. Whew, I definitely reach out
Let's dash it in the cart.
my fist for a fist bump or some sort of acknowledgement handshake.
I would, but I'm currently carrying
Alright,
a
so-
giant sapphire.
Where are we taking this now?
Zero.
The cart.
I don't know.
You
Maybe
can throw it up.
you
in
think
the
it would
carriage,
fit in one of the chests so
throw
we
it
could
up in there,
rebury
I
it
guess.
and figure out what to do with it later? Do you think that would be safer? The chests are still there.
Josh.
What you asking me for?
Would it fit in one of the chests?
Oh. You're fairly certain it would? Fairly certain? Famira, by the way, when you had walked back towards the inn, the two large individuals with two heads were passed out against the wall in their
Mhm.
seats while they were the wooden seats under them were groaning. They had the regular size seats, one under each butt cheek, and
Mhm.
propped up against the wall, snoring softly.
Nice. I just walk in and
Bunch of alcoholics in this
yeah,
party.
grab a drink from the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
Definitely
I
us
know.
three.
I feel
One
like
of
I
the
did.
first magical items I got was a flask that never ran out.
I don't think
It's a
I
pretty
know
fun
about
party
that
trick.
yet.
I'm pretty sure you were there. I think it.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to
Stash this giant sapphire.
And while you guys are doing that, Vomaira, the ghostly bartender, pulls out a flagon, sets it on the bar, and starts filling it up for you upon your request with the similar drink that you had before. You know, I've been forgetting to ask you to roll
Oh,
Constitution.
that's right. I didn't roll a Constitution
but
for the drink I had
Go ahead and
earlier.
roll that.
All right. Is it a save or check?
It's a save.
Save.
So I,
I got a 21.
You don't even feel any burn or any
I feel
tipsiness starting.
relief. I
You
feel
feel-
relief because I was reaching my point.
You do feel relaxed, yes, from the day that's been
We're so
getting,
much richer.
getting
I
to
was
you.
like, oh, it's been a little long since I've had a drink.
But you were not
So I
tipsy or
imagine
anything.
Warren and I are trying to slide this huge rock into one of the trunks.
So seems to fit.
I guess we can bury it right
Sounds
here.
like a
The
plan.
ground seems soft
I'm gonna
enough, I'm guessing.
slam the door shut and start
Yeah.
shoveling dirt on top. One hell of a Oh, they're just.
What are
Well,
we digging with? 'Cause I
Oh,
didn't
I'm sorry. I
bury
must
these
have
chests,
I
I
must have
just
missed
kinda
that part. For some reason, I thought they were like kind of in a
covered
hole in the
them with
ground.
foliage.
when
No, I
you kicked the boat back out, you're looking around for something too. One of the paddles that you were using previously is
Uh-huh.
left on the shore.
That'll work.
Yeah, let's see if I got
I guess
anything
I'll
in my
start digging.
backpack.
I guess we'll take turns, and when one gets
Help
tired,
us out here. I don't think that I do.
unless you have a shovel.
I do have. What do I have?
Remind me next time we see a shop somewhere to buy stuff like matches.
Man,
or,
Warren,
like,
we just stole,
lantern,
or you just stole so much gold, man.
tools, just general.
You can get brand new gear and all kinds of stuff, man. I got you. Least I could do is remind you, I suppose. I have
I just need
a mess
reminded.
kit that's got the tin box. Well, it's got the tin box that one side can be used as a cooking pan. Could I kind of like use that as a
Spoon.
makeshift like half shovel to help like scrape away dirt as he's using the paddle from the boat?
Yeah, you could, but
Yeah.
you're looking at it and wondering if it would just be easier to take turns.
I
Right.
guess we're kind of just
I suppose
looking at speed over.
suppose I'll take first shift on the digging,
efficiency?
and I put the mess kit back together, realizing it's not going to work. Yeah, and I start shoveling away.
All right. I hand him the paddle shovel.
Yeah,
Shovel.
paddling away.
Puffle?
That'd be
No,
athletics, unless you want to start making a digging skill.
right. Yeah, I'll work on
I'm
that.
sure it would be come in handy for burying the bodies we're
Oh,
soon to
man.
have.
I don't have your
Okay.
heat on the dice tonight. Oh, yeah, it's my second
Yeah,
nat
quite
one of
the
the night.
opposite with another natural one.
Oh no.
So
Oh man.
you take the paddle that you and after take after it's been taking its beating apparently from Warren's escape,
knew it.
you shove it into the
I knew
mostly loose, wet ground,
Oh,
and it just
great.
Well,
yep.
there goes that idea.
You broke
And
it.
kind of ruins the boat. We need a new paddle for the next heist. Oh,
Oh
And you
no, the
you
boat's
look at
gone. I broke
look-
the boat. I pushed the boat.
and you look out to where Warren was. Thomas, correction, was talking about, and you see detritus left from a boat that's mostly sunk in the water.
all right then.
Yeah, don't fuck with the alligators. They will mess you up.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could just cover it with the foliage. I
Ho-
mean, I
ho-
did have 3 chest covers. Maybe,
Fair enough.
I don't know. We throw the 2 chests into the water and leave the one. Okay, deception.
You think you've
I'm,
got it fully well covered. You don't
I'm gonna
even see the
pick
glint
up
of metal
the empty
through
chest and
leaves or
throw them in
anything.
the water.
All right. I need a bath.
You were very much. Oh, go ahead and roll the athletics for that then. And yeah, Warren, you were quite stinky to the.
This is the revenge for not having to swim through the poop river.
You get both chests into the water and you shove them off as they seem to actually float towards the north. And as they're kind of settling down, you see them pump.
Satisfied with that result, I'm gonna make my way
Alligators,
back to the bar because
chomping
it's time
down
for a
on
drink.
them.
Ooh.
I could make notes. Maybe I can't make notes on GM layer.
Well, I think it's about bedtime for me.
Yep, I think that was a good ending point. You guys have all made it back to the bar.
I was
Um,
going to ask the bartenders in a very pompous British
The
accent
bathing vessel.
for if they have a place to bath.
The bartender is the ghostly figure that you're seeing there, and it just kind of
Hurts you with water.
and you see its mouth.
I mean, maybe not, but I just thought that just is what popped in my head, and it was
the
awesome.
one actually behind the bar doesn't respond quite like with anything that you would expect, and then the one that is closer to you next to the post and Vomira drops its jaw even farther and floats toward you as if to engulf you.
Never mind. Never mind.
Too late.
And it stopped right in front of you, just inches before your face, and you see into this pink mass of void of nothingness
Oh,
inside of the creature.
we get him back for 1 minute.
That's not terrifying at all.
Yeah, it was
Well,
it's good to get back.
Thomas, Ruvik, Vermeiden, it was lovely.
Was lovely.
I can't.
I
I
I
can't
think
wait
that's
for everyone
definitely the way to go.
next time to not learn about anything we did because we're keeping this all a secret.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I will not be here next session.
What would be next session?
the
Process
28th.
Yeah, I mean the next session
La
for
la.
Manopolis.
Hmm.
Manopolis, I shall be in Paris.
Ooh. What part?
So I will not
Nice.
make it.
What part of Paris?
Paris.
Just gonna be going around in it.
Yeah. I think we're staying. Oh, I don't remember.
Oh,
Well,
that's fine.
We're staying
This-
like like southeast of like the
I mean-
dead center.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
Well, this
Definitely
has been an
been-
amazing session.
physically
Amazing.
profitable for
It's
my
been an
character.
amazing session for everyone, I think.
Oh
but
yeah.
I have to get up
definitely.
and go to work tomorrow. Definitely.
Oh yeah. I'm like a little bummed I'm gonna miss the next session because I totally want to be in on like being super
We're
stealthy.
gonna have to
and
explain the
sneaky
door
and
though.
Not telling everyone what happened.
Also going to have to
No, we're
find
not. They don't have to know about the door.
find Warren / Thomas a
Oh,
good
come
character
on.
token in the meantime.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
For the top
Find
hat.
a top
and so-
hat. Yeah.
yes.
Yes, indeed.
Just get an icon of the Monopoly man.
Good. Have a good night,
Well,
guys.
it's been fun.
been a
but
great
I gotta work
time.
tomorrow.
Yep.
Ditto.
Lovely
Ditto.
Bye.
Oh yeah.
night, y'all.
See y'all. Yeah, this was awesome. It was great to hear everyone again.
Back to it.
Yeah. Especially after a long hiatus. But
hmm
good to be getting back in the swing.
Good night,
Yeah, back to it. Well, I'll see you guys.
night
I'll
everybody.
hear you guys in 4 weeks.
Yep.
Ah.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out, If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.